the more I look at this, I'm thinking it's really the Watcher. What do you think?
You know what? If they didn't do this on purpose, that is an extremely cool coincidence.
Exactly.
You know what would have prevented her from getting any damage at all?
Yeah, she would have fucking stayed her bitch ass home.
Bingo.
You got a glass ornament in the side of your fucking head, and now you're bleeding out in the goddamn ring because you didn't listen to your husband. Right. The moral of the story is listen to your husbands.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. Let's stop with the fucking Batman, Moon Knight. Nothing about them's the same outside of they wear capes and they throw shit at people. The rumor, Sydney Sweeney is being eyed to play Emma Frost. So what do you think about that?
That works for me.
Yeah, I think obviously she looks the part. Now her acting, Captain America Civil War took the MCU to that next level and helped us get into this area where we now have these massive events like Infinity War, like Endgame. I think this movie was that turning point. I am gonna do a Who the Fuck is the Jackal, because he's rumored to be a villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm gonna do that on other stuff this week, so y'all can hop over to other stuff. If you're not a member of the Legion of Interns, what the fuck are you waiting for? And if you're done waiting, you can join right now. It's all of $4.99 a month, and you get a whole nother podcast, Adrian, where we dig into conspiracies. We talk comics on there too. It's
other stuff.
It's other stuff. All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Spring is here, dude.
Spring is here.
Finally.
Yes, about fucking time, dude. Did some yard work yesterday?
There, man. Yeah, I did not.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, dude, every year the yard work takes a little more out of you, you know? Now that I'm 40, Adrian. Yeah. You know, we are the comic unks around here. And shout out to all the other comic unks that are watching us.
Well, I mean, if it takes a little bit more out of you, that's why I don't do anything.
Oh, so you say when I get to your level,
it's like, hands
off.
Call up that yard boy and somebody do this shit.
There you go. Now my son was out there helping me. We went to Texas Roadhouse, one of your favorite spots yesterday, right? Yeah. Dude, so we had 6 of us with us, and we did like a wait ahead, wait list 6. You know, we do it online. I get there, walk in, I tell the chick, I'm like, hey, we did, online wait list. There's 6 of us. This bitch. Now, you've seen my family.
Yeah.
We're multicultural.
Sure.
Looks like United Nations in this motherfucker.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So she looks at me, looks around, and she goes, I only see 3.
Oh, shit.
I was like, really? So I counted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't see them. Like, oh, no, you didn't think they were with me because we look different.
Right.
That's how it works, lady. Get us to our fucking table and shut the fuck up.
Especially where you are.
Especially
where you are. So there's this joke, right? This dude told me this joke. He was like, the other day, I'm walking down Broad Street, and I see a white lady with a white baby. And I didn't get it at first.
Right,
he was
I
like,
get it. You don't
dude,
see that a lot,
I had to sit down. I was laughing so hard. It's like it's just not one of those things.
Right. I mean, I grew up there.
Right.
Same place, and it's a melting pot, right?
Absolutely.
One of the things where I live now is missing. But hey, what are you gonna do? What's not gonna be missing, Adrian, is this motherfucking episode.
Absolutely.
We had all kinds of shit. We got our road to Doomsday. We're on that.
Nice.
Captain America Civil War, as we say up here in New England. War. We were in a meeting the other day, and there was a lady. You were in this meeting, and then a word she said had like R's and W's, and I think I was like the only one in the room. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. You probably picked it up.
Yeah,
too.
I picked it up. I didn't want to encourage her to continue.
Right, but like I'm from New England, bro. R's and W, we don't really care about those letters, dude. We don't need to use all the letters in the alphabet in New England. Right, that's how we talk.
In the South, they use no words.
Right. They just, it's like 4 letters make one sound.
Yeah, a series of grunts and long moans and some clicks or some shit.
So you pretty much speak 3 languages then, right?
Absolutely.
You speak like real English, you speak like the down south English, and you speak the New England twang, as we call it.
There's a 4th one too.
What's that?
Profanity.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go.
Gotta have that one. That's the universal language right
Correct.
there.
Yeah, you're going to hear some of that today. But, dude, we got Daredevil Born Again this fucking season, Adrian. Every episode is like just hitting the bigger heights.
Right.
We're going to talk about that later. Vanessa, man, Man,
that my wish list. That was
celebration.
Yes.
We're due for a celebration. So if you
Yes.
haven't seen it, we're not going to spoil it now. Later we will. But let's just say there's a celebration for Vanessa.
Well, potential. Because we don't really know.
No, we don't know. Could be, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we got a who the fuck is, and I took one of our intern suggestions, Adrian, and the who the fuck is this week is Moon Knight. So,
okay.
Because I'm tired of people saying he's Marvel's Batman. He's definitely not. There's nothing about him that's Marvel's Batman.
Am I gonna go to sleep on this shit?
I promise you this. For you, the who the fuck is will be more entertaining than the show. Okay?
I
promise you that.
Probably, I agree. Probably.
Okay. We got a hidden gem later. We're not going to tell you who that is, though. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. And then we got some news and rumors, which we're going to hop into, and some other shit. Oh, also, remember our segment?
Finally!
Yeah. We don't have this segment every week because there's a lot of things that I haven't watched. Sure. Believe it or not, I haven't watched Invincible yet.
I believe it.
I was going at the grocery store yesterday and someone was like, "Did you watch Invincible?" Like everywhere I go. On the live, I can't make it through one live without 3 people asking me. So now I'm just not watching it out of spite. Stop asking me. But that being said, I did watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind for the first time, and we're going to talk about that.
Right.
It was a great suggestion, Adrian. Now I got to ask you because we were going back.
No, I did not.
Damn it!
I thought about it. Though.
Okay,
does that count? I thought about it.
I'm just middle of the week. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to randomly just send you the link from Marvel Unlimited just to remind you. Hey, check this out. So I'm trying to get Adrian to watch World War Hulk. Why don't y'all ask him? You fucking ask me about Invincible every 4 minutes. Ask Adrian about World War Hulk.
Anyway, let me write that down.
That's what it was. You didn't write it down, dude. That was the problem. All right. Well, let's. We're gonna get into the news, Adrian. Speaking of Daredevil, Born Again, season 2. There was a scene in here that I don't know if you caught this. I didn't catch this till after the fact. I'm not gonna be like some of these accounts that lie and be like, I knew everything and I saw it coming with my eyes closed. Oh my god. Because you probably fucking didn't.
You closed your eyes and you felt the screen with your fingertips.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. But there may or may not have been an appearance from the Watcher, Adrian. So let's bring up our little.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So I take it you didn't notice this either.
I did not.
Now, obviously, there's a broken window. There's 2 lights inside there, right? So it could just be a
looks like that
coincidence. It does.
To me.
I mean, the more I look at this, I'm thinking it's really the Watcher. What do you think?
You know what? If they didn't do this on purpose, that is an extremely cool coincidence.
Exactly. Because even look, like the lights that are supposed to be the eyes are perfectly lined up.
Right.
They're right in the center of the head.
And they're not white.
No, they're not white.
They're like a cool blue or something.
Yep. And the way the window's cracked looks definitely like.
You remember that shit? Aquafina?
Yeah, toilet water in a bottle. Yeah, it's fucking great. Now, we're all thinking that, Adrian. The good thing, well, if you're a fan of The Watcher, this is a good thing. The Marvel TV boss, Brad Winderbaum. We talked about Brad here. He's in charge of all of Marvel television, including, I think, the animated shows. He went on Instagram to confirm this. He posted a picture, that one that we just saw right there. And let me see, what was his caption? He said, "Come on, load, bitch." He didn't say load, bitch. This was his post where it says "always watching." So we'll show everybody that. Boom. Not the Uncle Sam ad. But yeah, so he confirmed this, right? Post that, always watching. Now, why is this significant, you ask?
Well, did he confirm it or did he realize, oh shit, that's cool. Let me play on this?
One or the other.
Either way.
I'm thinking if he wasn't trying to confirm it, I don't know that he would post that. I don't know the guy, but now Watcher has popped up in other places in the MCU. So this is why I lean more on I think it was the Watcher. When I first saw this on TikTok, I'm like, that's bullshit. People are fucking crazy. Oh, by the way, we got the Read a Comic shirt, Adrian. So you see this fella right here? When people online tell me to read a comic, I envision that that's the way they look. So that's why it's on the shirt. We got the Only Comics logo here, and we got the everyone's favorite phrase, read a comic. So you can wear this in public and you can tell people to read a comic, you know, or you can direct them to only comics if you want.
You could put in like small letters below that or shut the fuck up.
Ah, yes. That's going to be the second version of the t-shirt. You know, we're going to sell these ones first and then that one will be. Yeah. So we've seen The Watcher in a handful of different spots in the MCU. We saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 during a post-credit scene. Remember, Stan Lee was sitting on top of like some moon or some shit with the Watcher, just chilling. We've seen him in What If. He was in What If. We saw him in Thor, Love and Thunder. It was quick, but when Thor, and I know this movie, a lot of people have probably deleted this from their memory, but there was a scene where Thor, Jane, and Valkyrie, they go into the gates of eternity to find Gore the Butcher, and you can kind of see, you can see, what's his name? The Watcher, a statue of him, also a statue of the Living Tribunal. He was in the I Am Groot show. I've never really seen that. And then we've also seen him in some of the animation. There was a scene in, I believe, in the Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, where the Watcher's up in the clouds, and also in X-Men 97.
Right.
Now, why does it matter? What's the significance of the Watcher showing up in Daredevil Born Again? Well, Adrian, why does the Watcher show up? Because he's not there all the time.
To remind you of... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. but what was the second one? His appearance, the What If.
Yep.
He definitely gave me the creepy, looking through your peeping Tom fucking feeling vibe.
Right.
In that one. So,
he's definitely a peeping Tom.
Yeah, the intergalactic peeping Tom.
Yes. But the thing is, now he's got these rules, right? No interference, which he doesn't.
Unless he breaks them.
Which he has broken before. But he only he's not going to show up to a random bank robbery. Right? He shows up usually during extinction level events, like shit is about to go down. In the comics, if you're going read a comic, if you're on the road to Secret Wars with us, in Civil War, he showed up just to watch what was happening because you had this Captain America versus Iron Man fight. It wasn't this big cosmic threat, but it was a Nexus moment, if you want, or a Nexus event that would literally change that community forever, right? You got these two fighting, two sides, two different sides going on, and Civil War is our movie of the week. So he showed up there. He'll show up to watch things that are very, very, very important, or the universe is about to end. Or he'll show up at his buddy's house, Blue Marvel. If you haven't seen the Blue Marvel hidden gem, him and Blue Marvel are buddies. Okay. I mean, I think the Watcher's like Blue Marvel's kid's fucking godfather or something like that. They're gonna say babysitter. No. Because you can't intervene. The kids start fighting, he's just sitting there watching. Right, horrible fucking babysitter. Exactly. So I gotta imagine that if this is intentional, maybe this means that Daredevil Born Again is going to be even bigger than we expected, right? Because so far, Daredevil, all of the shows, the Netflix series, Born Again, has been pretty standalone, right? Like it takes place in the MCU, but we haven't seen, Matt's never met Captain America, he didn't know Tony Stark. Like the only, I guess, area we've seen him in the MCU was, in a 5-second scene in Spider-Man No Way Home as an attorney. Right. And then in She-Hulk, he banged She-Hulk a couple times and showed up with the cool red and yellow suit. But maybe this means that what's happening in this show with Fisk, with Daredevil, with this whole team, possibly leading into the Punisher one-off, and then the Spider-Man Brand New Day, maybe it's a lot bigger than we expect. It's not just going to be a street-level event, in my opinion. Could be. Hey, you know how we have God Emperor Doom, and we have different levels of like Thor and Iron Man and all these people. What if the Watcher is the evolved Fisk? Oh shit! Right? I mean, he definitely looks like him. Yeah, because well, his head's a little bigger, but just saying, like prime Fisk or some shit. Something happened to Vanessa. He loses his fucking mind that he just breaks out of his body and becomes the intergalactic peeping Tom. Maybe Vanessa is such an important person that's why he showed up. He knew she was in danger. There you go. Vanessa. Problem is, here's, I like your theory, but here's why Fisk can never be the Watcher. He's never gonna not intervene.
There's that.
If he's just gonna be watching Vanessa the whole time, he's gonna protect her.
Fuck that Cosmos. Vanessa. Come on,
dude. Speaking of Adrian, we're getting a lot bigger here on Only Comics. Okay? We're reaching new heights. Yes. Now I actually have an endorsement, believe it or not, from President Trump. Seriously, I'm gonna play it. And you know how I feel about politics. I'm neither side. I think they're both fucking. Right. But I mean, he sent me this. I'm gonna play this for you guys here. Let's check this out, dude. This was great.
What is my favorite podcast? Well, that is very easy. There's only one. Only Comics Podcast. What a tremendous podcast. What a tremendous. Frankly, you got Mike and Adrian. These two are tremendous. You got Mike and Adrian. They're like the dynamic duo. They are like peanut butter and jelly. They are like ebony and ivory. They complement each other so well. They do such a great job. I listen to these guys all the time. We're talking about Marvel. We're talking about DC. We're talking about wrestling. We're everything that everybody cares about. These guys are discussing, and no one does it better. If I was on the show, I would do great, but they do such a great job.
Very nice. Thank you, sir.
Yes. I'm just glad that with everything going on right now,
he's got time for
the war, we're pretending to go to the moon again, all this shit, that he took time out to send that to us, and that he even knew we were a thing.
Right.
Hey, shout out, the Donald. We appreciate the endorsement. Wow.
I mean, you are simultaneously trying to take over Cuba and Venezuela. But you got time to make that for us. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to learn Spanish. Bro, you barely fucking speak English.
Right.
Anyways, some X-Men rumors, Adrian. Emma Frost. Emma Frost is a character that I think would make a good who the fuck is, because...
she's, besides being hot as hell...
Yes.
She's got a sister. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, they're equally fucked.
Oh, shit.
So it does a lot. There's definitely... qualifies for that.
Absolutely, because she's a character. I think most comic fans know who she is.
Sure.
She's been in a couple movies. She was in the X-Men First Class movie, right? And I think she was even in the Wolverine X-Men Origins, just as a very sideline character. But she was played by January Jones in X-Men First Class, so I thought did a decent job.
Sure.
But
I say sure. I don't even remember.
Oh shit! Well, then wasn't that decent?
No.
And she's been in obviously tons of X-Men comics. If you've read comics, you've seen her.
Sure.
But I think that most people don't understand the extent of her power set either.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, because she was introduced in the game, right? Like more people know who she is.
Yep.
Through that exposure. But
correct. Well, Adrian, there is a rumor that she's going to be in this next X-Men phase. And the rumor also states that Sydney Sweeney is being eyed to play Emma Frost. So what do you think about that?
That works for me.
Yeah. I think obviously she looks the part. Now her acting, I don't know. Some people give her acting shit. I think a lot of people, Sydney Sweeney's one of those actresses that it's easy for people to hate on her. Like most people, half the world does hate on her.
Why?
Because I think she definitely leans into the Republican side a little bit, which typically in Hollywood, everybody's on the left. So right there, she's already a contrarian, and she pretty much plays a whore in everything she's in. So people feel some type of way about that, I guess. But
I mean, have you ever seen how Emma Frost dresses?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that the action and the dress is the same thing.
Right.
I'm not saying that wearing a miniskirt is an invitation for everybody that she passes, right?
Correct.
But if you always act like a whore, if you got a character that dresses like one, probably a good idea to have someone in that's very good.
Okay. So what you're saying is that if Emma Frost is usually depicted a little whorish, we should probably get an actress who plays whores.
Is sometimes depicted a little whore. She's always depicted a little whorish. And besides that, unless she gets up on her soapbox about, her political views and the world views and the children and the hunger and all, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Right.
Your job is to act, not give me your political views. Like one time I'm going through Walmart and I'm buying a BB gun, right? For the squirrels.
Of course.
Squirrels like eating my fucking house up, dude. So I'm like, I'm on a mission. I'm taking everything out. And I go and I put the BB gun down on the counter, and this old Karen is like, I don't like guns. I'm like, bitch, I didn't ask you for your fucking opinion. Just ring the shit up so I can keep moving.
You're supposed to just, whatever I put on the counter, scan that shit, and then tell me my total.
Besides the people that, when they see a product that they haven't seen before, they start inspecting and asking you questions. Oh, what aisle did you get this on? I need to look at this. Huh? So in other words, be a cashier.
Correct.
Don't give me your political views.
Exactly.
Be an actor. Don't give me your political views.
Yes. Which I don't think she has. I think there's been some like social media posts with her. I think I don't remember the dynamic because I'm not, that invested in her life, but it was either she gave her mother a MAGA themed birthday party or vice versa. So it's like, that got posted. People are all up in there. Look what her mom posted. But I've not seen her go out, to your point, on her high horse, like, vote for Trump, do this, do that. I think she's pretty much been just quiet.
Nobody says anything, but when you give a My Little Pony fucking birthday thing, or Smurf fucking theme party,
correct,
or whatever. I mean, it's their thing. So what? Why y'all up in their house anyway?
Exactly.
Stay the fuck out of their house.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit. But that being said, from a look standpoint, I think yes, definitely she can nail the look of Emma Frost. Now, the acting wise, I've also not watched a lot of her stuff. Like I don't watch Euphoria. It's like a teenage fucking.
I've literally, before you showed me that, I've never seen her before. At least she wasn't memorable.
Right. She was in Madam Web. She played
like I said.
She was in Madam Web. She looked the part. She was the one that they changed all the names and stuff, but she wore the black Spider-Woman suit. She was hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was like 4 seconds and it was all blurred. But she definitely looked the part. So, but Emma Frost though, if they in this X-Men phase, Emma Frost can be a massive part.
Absolutely.
Like she's got such a dynamic run. Like she started, she was the White Queen of the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is a whole story arc.
Right. She did that for a while, and then she's one that went from villain to anti-hero to hero. She ended up, from there, she ran the Massachusetts Academy, which was a house for young mutants. She trained her own mutants. And then she actually joined the X-Men after Genosha. So, from there, she also got into the mix with Cyclops and Jean. They had a little affair. And then after Jean died in the comics, Scott and Emma fucking got married, lived together. And so in a lot of the newer comics, these two are a couple.
Wow.
So she's a massive piece of the X-Men, the mutant story. So hopefully she can, play the part. Now it's a rumor. It could be anybody,
Sure.
But I'm just glad that we're getting an Emma Frost,
yeah,
in this X-Men phase. And it sounds like here's a good thing about if they're going to cast someone like Sydney Sweeney, that means, at least from my perspective, that she's going to be a big part of this. Because you're
right.
If you just cast fucking random Jane Doe as this character, the odds of them being a main character, probably not. You're not going to cast someone at that level because Sydney, I'm sure she comes with a price.
Sure.
She's been in a lot of movies and shit. So,
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, people knew Robert Downey Jr.
right
from 30 years ago. I mean, he completely reprised his role as an actor. So he was kind of a unknown, or at least a very undesirable choice to do Iron Man, and he just completely turned that shit around.
Right.
So I think it just depends on how the actor is able to deliver the character.
Yeah.
Well,
it remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen.
Something else that remains to be seen is the Batman 2. They're starting to film in June. So that means quick turnaround though. Think about that. They're starting to film this June, and it's supposed to come out like October of the following year. Fucking, that's bang bang, dude.
I'm not impressed. I mean, if they do June and come out October this year, then we're talking about some shit.
Now, I'm gonna say this statement, Adrian. We last week we talked about Spider-Man being the most popular comic character. Period, right?
How many people that piss off?
A good amount of stupid people that were wrong. Yeah, but most people got it. Most people got it. But Batman, though, I'm a Batman glazer, Adrian. Batman, would you say he's the granddaddy of superheroes?
No.
Okay.
No,
you wouldn't say
no. There's other. I can't think off the top of my head who would fit that role, but he would not be that. I would say he is the most consistently inspirational.
Okay.
People gravitate towards Spider-Man because they feel him. They feel like they could be him. They've lived through some of his things, right? But Batman is one of those, because Americans are fucking want to kill everything.
Sure.
I'm just saying, it's my opinion. And Batman, he's right on the cusps of doing that. I mean, he'll crack your ribs, put you in a coma,
right?
All kinds of shit. Won't draw that line, but a lot of people feel that way. So that take action kind of a superhero. So I think that's why a lot of people gravitate toward him.
Yeah.
Grandfather, no.
Okay.
But definitely inspirational in the get shit done arena.
Got it. Well, the reason I said that statement was our boy Robert Pattinson, Adrian, made that very exact statement. He said it a little tongue-in-cheek. He was doing an interview, and he said that Batman's the granddaddy of superheroes and the most relevant and important. He was kind of, joking a little bit. But then he went on to say that since he started doing the part, there's kind of a legacy in it, and there's something about that face that's very deep and primal thing. It connects to people. It connects to children, connects to adults, and then the legacy of the movies as well. And he goes on to talk, kind of glaze Batman for a little bit. But connecting to people lines up with what you just said. Like, sure. I do think, as much as, yes, I think Spider-Man is the most relatable, most popular, but Batman's right there, dude.
Right.
Batman, I would say a close second. Which, is there anyone you'd put above Batman in this? We said Spider-Man's the most popular, most relatable, this and that, but is there someone on that level that, like, you wouldn't put Superman above Bats, would you?
For a different reason,
Okay.
but not universally. I would go Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
Like real
right,
close.
Superman's up there.
Right.
But it's harder to connect to an alien that was sent here from another planet that's a literal god versus a guy who is an orphan and beats up criminals because his parents were killed.
Right.
It's that's easier to grasp than
Right.
like, what do you mean he's a god that came here and he wears these glasses and works at the fucking Bugle? Like, what? Not the Bugle, the Daily Planet. But anyways, Batman, is he most relevant? I don't think he's most relevant right now. I think he could be.
Sure.
He's a character that I feel like they're gun shy with Batman. Spider-Man, they're not, dude. Spider-Man shit's everywhere. There's a kid Spider-Man show. You ever see it with the little fucking big-headed Spider-Man?
Yeah,
There's that. There's the Spider-Verse stuff. They had the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man in the MCU. We've had tons.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Tons of animated movies, video games. I mean, you could go to, dude, I guarantee there's pharmacies and grocery stores. You can go to fucking 10 stores on your way home. I guarantee 7 of them have Spider-Man products somewhere.
Probably, yep.
A Spider-Man toothpaste, a Spider-Man fucking
keychain,
yeah,
whatever, right.
Batman, not so much.
No.
Because I think they're gun shy with Batman. We've not had a lot of Batman content.
Because it's like with the kids, they don't want to promote the violence. The adults get it. The younger readers get it. They don't want to. And Spider-Man can be promoted across all generations.
Correct.
Right. You give your newborn a fucking Spider-Man Rattler or
right.
whatever. You're not going to give him a Batman Rattler.
No.
That kind of stuff.
You should.
Which is really a facade.
Right.
Because it's like America is Batman, but they portray Bruce Wayne.
Ooh. Damn, Adrian, bars today.
I'm just saying.
But no, that's true, yeah. I mean, shit, look what we're doing overseas right now.
Did you hear this dude? So when they try to close up this strait for the oil or some shit, Trump was like, yeah, we're going to disappear a fucking whole race of people.
Yep.
I'm like, what?
Just nonchalant, like, we'll just get rid of the whole fucking country, the whole civilization. Who says that, dude?
Right.
Holy shit. You know what? We'll still take your endorsement, though.
There you go.
Fuck. But you know what? I like this about this statement, that you have an actor playing a character that they're a big fan of.
Sure.
That, to me, is something that's important.
Right.
I think that's not talked about enough. Like the Sydney Sweeney stuff. She looks the part. Okay. But does she know who Emma Frost is?
Right.
Or she probably doesn't. But will she learn who Emma Frost is? Will she actually enjoy playing this character? Is that something she's going to? Because I think that is where you see someone who's not. That's where you see the difference between a guy playing a character on screen or you see Batman on screen.
Right. Like Christopher. The reason that Christopher Reeve is renowned as the Superman is because when you look at him on screen, he looks like he thinks that he's Superman.
Absolutely.
You know, it's that kind of shit, that kind of transference, you know, the Robert Downey Jr.'s and all this other kind of shit. So now, the thing that Sydney Sweeney will not have to deal with is 6 hours of makeup.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Here's this floss, huh?
Yeah.
I'm all set. Let's go.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So I think that should be a prerequisite. I think if you're gonna play a comic book character, I think that you should actually know who that fucking character is. Right. You should understand, and you should be a fan of that character. I think that should be a requirement, because when that happens, we get a much better product on screen.
Absolutely.
So make it just like you had your 2, character rule, Adrian. This is going to be another fucking rule for them.
There you go.
Follow the rules, though. Don't be like the Watcher, So we have Doomsday coming up. We have Secret Wars the next year, unless it gets delayed. Who knows? Still no more. I haven't heard anything else on Doomsday moving, so maybe we are getting Doomsday this year, Who gives a fuck? I was just hoping, hey, a week earlier, I'll take it, dude, at this point. I've seen all these articles about Doomsday being the most anticipated movie. And they do this like weird, somehow they track box office before the tickets are available. But they're saying like, oh, it's going to be one of the most biggest movies of the year. It's like, people write these articles that get the surprise. Well, no shit, it's going to be the biggest fucking movie of the year. Hello.
Doom or Doom?
Doomsday.
Okay. I think they moved it up because they don't want the fights and shit.
Yeah. Well, they haven't moved it up yet. So
weren't they going to be released on the same weekend and then they got moved back a week or some shit?
No, the rumor was they were thinking about it.
Okay.
So
got it.
Still no move. So now it's like, looks like Doomsday is still on.
All right.
So all those fucking sandworm lovers are going to be pissed when we're all up in there with our God Emperor Doom costumes and shit.
Right.
Have you ever been to the theater and seen someone show up dressed up in a costume?
I did, but it was like long time ago. Yeah.
I've seen it a few times. It's funny. It's cool. Anyways, so Secret Wars, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Adrian. We've talked about them a lot on here. We did a Who the Fuck Are the Guardians on other stuff a few weeks ago. Also, guys, we had a lot of new viewers on other stuff. Shout out to the interns. If you like us on Only Comics, you'll love us on other stuff. I think that's a fair statement, right?
I agree with that.
We get into a lot more. We get into some deeper shit. We're going to talk about, we're actually going to do a little Who the Fuck Is on other stuff this week, so we'll get into that later. But we talked about the Guardians there. This rumor here says that Star-Lord will make his MCU return in Secret Wars. And when I heard this, I came to this revelation, Adrian. I was...
Yeah, well, who the fuck cares?
That part. But I got to thinking, I'm like, because... Why don't I care? Because I do like the Guardians movies.
Sure.
They're great, right? 2 out of 3 of them are great. The second one's kind of a shit show. But they are really fucking good movies, let's be honest.
I agree.
And then they were a big part of Infinity War, which their interactions with Thor was probably some of, that whole movie was a highlight, but some of the most enjoyable parts of that movie. But I'm like, why do I not care about this? And I have the answer, for everyone here today, Adrian. But the answer is this. Star-Lord is my least favorite member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
He is nothing.
Right.
Who the fucking cares, dude?
Like, I'd rather than be like Rocket's coming back,
right.
Gamora, Nebula.
Fuck Hawkeye. Fuck that. I'd rather see that cat
You'd
coming
rather
back.
see Hawkeye than fucking Star-Lord. Like, he's not, I don't care. I'm very neutral. Like, you've said this about, just indifferent. If he's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. I really don't care about Star-Lord.
Right.
I don't know why. It took this announcement, this rumor, for me to come to that realization. Like,
they're just promoting the people that they think are popular, right?
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. I mean, I like him as an actor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's been on some cool stuff. Jurassic Park. I mean, he extended it way too far.
Yeah.
His Tomorrow War show on Netflix or wherever the fuck it was. He's a cool actor, but
yeah.
To keep bringing him back because he thinks people think that he's important in the MCU. No. I don't think so.
Dude, I'd rather them bring Drax back.
Something.
Shit.
Something.
Groot's more entertaining than. Yeah, so I just but to your point, Chris Pratt, I think he does a phenomenal job at playing Star-Lord. So I'm partly joking. I don't think he's not like a piece of shit character, but I realized that of all the Guardians, he's the one that I really care about the least. You know.
You know what I would be excited about? Why don't we do like a one-off? Make Gamora, who's a fucking interstellar assassin, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you make her like a interstellar Daredevil?
Okay.
She can weave in and out of different things, going around, just taking people out and shit. I would be more interested in that.
Because we've learned how much of a badass she is.
Correct.
Dude. Holy, she's a lot stronger, faster, and durable than we've even seen in the MCU. Right. She can go toe to toe with a lot of motherfuckers in the galaxy.
Yep.
Shit.
I'd rather see that.
Yes. So well,
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord's back, Adrian. Star-Lord is coming back.
But how is he coming back? Is he going to be like a cameo, his own shit? What?
We don't know. All we know is the mighty Star-Lord will return, and it's rumored to be in Secret Wars. So, anyways, but at least I guess the good thing is we won't get him in Doomsday. It's only one out of the two movies. I guess that's a good thing. All right. Well, that is the end of our news and rumors, and we're gonna hop into a little thumbs up, thumbs down, as you know. And actually, just go back and forth. I got some new shit going on, Adrian.
All right.
Oh, yeah. All right. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Here we go. The news this past week. Brad Winderbaum confirmed that the Watcher showed up in Daredevil Born Again. I give that a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Rumor is that Emma Frost is going to be in the mutant saga after Secret Wars, and none other than Sydney Sweeney's playing Emma Frost. It's a rumor. I give the rumor a thumbs up.
She's got plenty of time to study. Thumbs up.
That is the key, right? She's gonna have to know who the fuck Emma Frost is, because I'd be willing to bet she probably doesn't.
Right. Do a Matrix download or something.
Yes. Our boy Adrian, the greatest on-screen Batman ever, Robert motherfucking Pattinson. He called Batman the granddaddy of superheroes and the most relevant and most important. And it was partly tongue-in-cheek, but I give it a thumbs up.
Sure. I'm happy that he's happy.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
But the point is, the bigger point is, this guy is a fan of this character.
Sure.
And he understands the character based on the rest of his comments, unlike Zack Snyder, who did not understand Batman.
Correct.
So it's cool that the guy playing him understands him more than the guy that was making movies around him in the past. But I think that's why, one of the reasons why he's been such a good Batman in this one movie is he actually gives a shit about the character.
I don't agree with what he said, but I'm happy for his enthusiasm.
Well, are you happy for this last one here? The rumor is everybody's favorite Guardian, Star-Lord, Peter Quill, will make his return in Secret Wars. I give this a thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Because I learned recently that he's my least favorite Guardian, someone that I would like to see, Adrian, in some of these movies, maybe Doomsday, maybe Secret Wars, maybe Spider-Man, Brand New Day, is none other than everybody's favorite blind attorney, Matt Murdock. Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 4 was this past week. And holy fucking shit. That's my rating for this episode. Holy fucking shit. Would you believe that this is the highest rated episode in all of Marvel TV right now?
Really?
I think on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that a surprise to you?
Like ever or just for the week?
For this episode, but if you take the scores of every individual episode of every show,
really,
this is the highest rated episode.
Wow.
Yes.
I think that's a stretch.
Okay, little glaze going on there.
Little glaze, but I mean, it was exciting to watch.
It was,
but yeah, of all time.
Now, I don't think it's a perfect episode. I'll start with the one thing that felt a little cringy to me was the whole boxing thing. Fist boxing, it felt but that's a small thing. The way the episode ended and everything else around it made it make sense. But just, I guess the initial thought of Mayor Fisk, he also looks kind of older now.
Right.
He's going to be boxing this heavyweight. Okay, but he fucking beat shit out of him.
Right. Did he kill him or no?
I don't think he killed him, but I think
he fucked him up.
He fucked him up pretty bad, dude. Yeah, he ain't gonna. I don't think he'll be in the ring again.
Yeah.
But how do we talk about this episode without talking about that opening scene? Bullseye, the diner. Holy shit, dude.
as fantastic as that scene was, I found myself checking the math, and the math was not mathing. So Bullseye, his skill, it's not even a superpower. His skill is to be able to hit his target, however he does it, pretty much 100% of the time, right? Now, his skill does not involve super strength, which some of those things that he did in that scene require some level of elevated strength. He's a pretty good in shape guy, but unless you suck a massive amount of dick, you are not going to blow a straw into somebody's skull, right? You are not going to throw a fork through a bulletproof vest without super strength. So those kind of things, I'm looking at it, and it was stacking up, and it was stacking up. I give him kudos for the accuracy, but those things penetrating what they were penetrating is, the math just ain't mathing to me.
Well, I'm gonna give you a counterpoint, Adrian. Something I think you're forgetting here. So if you remember, beginning of the episode or beginning of the season, he was thrown off the fucking building and almost died. So he was surgically enhanced.
Okay.
So he had a spinal surgery at the end of the that first episode.
Okay.
That whatever the fuck they did to, now this could be some, just bullshit plot armor, but whatever they did to him made him faster, stronger, and more resilient than a standard human. So he is enhanced.
Okay.
So
all right. Okay. Then that explains all of that. All right. Cool. just let me rant. It's like
I want to let you rant.
I'm sitting here. I got a booger in my nose, and you just let me I'm all on the camera and shit with the booger and shit.
I didn't want to.
So that would explain it. Yes.
I didn't want to steal your thunder, dude. You were excited about it,
No, it's not an excitement thing. It's just that don't seem right.
Right.
So.
But also, hey, maybe other people didn't remember this, but yeah, they did enhance him. Right. Now, and I'll be straight up with you. I fucking looked it up while we were sitting here because I'm like, I remember them doing some shit with his spine.
Sure.
But I didn't know that it made him faster, stronger, more resilient, but it would make sense.
No. If you got thrown off a building, you broke your back.
Right.
Fixing your spine doesn't make you stronger.
Well, unless they did some other shit while they were
unless they did some other shit, yes.
So I would say that
I'll buy that.
They probably done a shitty job of fucking explaining to us what they actually did, but someone fucking knows. So Gemini told me.
Got it.
Because you're right. It's definitely looks like his power has been a little enhanced, right? I mean, the lobster claw. You knew though. Like as soon as they're zooming in on the lobster, I'm like, someone's getting killed with a fucking lobster today.
I'm sitting there wondering why is there a fucking lobster and a lobster taking it in a breakfast place. So I didn't even get to that point yet.
That was somebody's comment on TikTok. They're like, dude, that guy should have been killed for ordering a lobster at a diner in the first place. Like, but so all right, take the now that the math is partly math in Adrian.
Got it.
This whole setup, you got, Poindexter, Bullseye. I like calling him Bullseye. Bull's up in his apartment making an egg. You think he actually is making it for the fucking cat next door. Right. Like he's living his best, I'm a good Samaritan life for a little bit. Walks into the diner. Now is it just me or this whole time something's up?
Absolutely.
Like it feels uneasy, right?
Yeah. Especially for him. I mean, what has he got, a girlfriend now?
Right.
I mean, he had the next door neighbor for a little bit.
Yes. And we know how fucking weird he is. I mean, remember he was stalking the chick back in the old Netflix series, and he's obsessed with Daredevil, Fist. Like, dude is tapped.
Yep. But he does that actor does such a good job portraying that type of person.
Absolutely. Dude, I've said this the other day on Mic Check. To me, he's becoming an MVP of this season.
Sure.
Like, Daredevil's Daredevil. He's always going to be. Fisk is Fisk. We already know what to expect there. But this motherfucker is a massive piece of this Daredevil show. And this, I just think, I got to give them credit for this whole scene. The direction, the music. They got the whole, was it Billy Joel, the New York A State of Mind? You were just chilling, dude. Fucking getting a milkshake, right? And everything about him, like, to your point, this actor, he does a great job of selling you the idea that something ain't fucking right up
Right,
here.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, just his interaction with the waitress, too. She's like, well, it's the milkshake. Do what do you want?
Right.
I'll have a banana. Like,
okay, the waitress. So I'm like, why you got to get the most low level, low energy?
yeah.
I don't want to be here at work kind of waitress.
Right.
I'm like, come on, dog. I mean, it's first thing in the morning.
True.
You should have some kind of fucking energy, some kind of life in you or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But no.
Nope. I mean, hey, we've all been there, though. We've all been there with that waitress.
I guess.
And then the genius of calling in and saying that Frank Castle's there.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, now we know that Frank has escaped, right?
Yeah.
Because we haven't shown him yet. We were talking about this, I think, last week. Like, is he there? Is he in another fucking cage somewhere?
Right.
But the fact that he called that he was there means he knows he's escaped, and so does the AVTF. So they showed up looking for this motherfucker, and they didn't get what they were looking for, dude. Holy shit.
That's just too much leeway for them, man. They just come busting in all kind of shit.
Yeah.
You see the law office scene, they just come in, we don't need a warrant. We don't nothing. Just come in, trash every fucking thing. But we'll get to that.
Yes.
But why did he put the mask on, then just take it off?
Because he ain't right, dude. Well, I guess he killed everybody, so he figured that now I can take it off. I don't know. It was
but he still needed the guy with the claw. He killed him at the end with the mask off. You know,
who I don't even think he knows, dude. Why did he spray the bullseye with ketchup? And tells the guy, "No, I'm one of the good guys." Like,
that's some pretty thick ketchup because that shit did not run at all.
That's the old school ketchup.
You spray ketchup on something, this shit gonna be dripping all down.
Right. Yeah, you got to get that first little splat of water out before. That's you're gonna have to waste some ketchup. Dude. You're gonna have to drop at least a tablespoon down the sink to get because you don't want the watery shit on your hot dog bun, dude.
Or you just cap it off with your finger and shake it up.
You can do that too. Yeah, unless you're one of those people that eats hot dogs without biting them. You know, I wouldn't know. Anyways, but dude, this is definitely. You know, we talk a lot about with Daredevil the like the hallway fight scenes, the prison fight scenes, but this is one that I think is going to stay in our memory. Like we'll always talk about. Remember the fucking diner scene, Bullseye. But then the rest of this episode, it was you talked about. Let's go where you were talking. The fucking AVTF showing up to the Murdoch and what's her name, Kirsten's office, and just slapping everybody around pretty much. They have the authority to do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
And this is also one of those things where I understand it's a Daredevil show, but this is going on right now.
Right.
And we got Captain America, right? Sam's around. He's up in New York a little bit. You got the new Avengers, Thunderbolts, whenever this takes place, they're around. Nobody cares about this.
Right.
You have Bruce Banner's big head ass. Obviously, he's teaching. Now he's up in New York. Where the fuck's Spider-Man? Spider-Man's not stopping the AVTF and some of these, bust-ins. It seems like that would be something he would do. So it's now maybe it's just the timing. Maybe later in the season we know Jessica Jones is showing up soon. It's just unfortunate that these licensing rights gets in the way because I got to imagine if everything was on the table, I think we would see a Spider-Man in this show.
I mean, I'm on the fence on this one because you also have to look at it from if you bring another superhero in on everything just because they're in the city, then this particular story might not get told the way you want to tell the story.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, you're also talking budget.
Yeah.
How expensive are you going to make it before you can't even make the show?
Right.
Right. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
And also the third thing, if you're trying to tell a particular story, you bring another superhero in it. You probably going to have to stretch the stories out. There's more weeks, which is budget, makes it more complex, so on and so on. So I understand what you're saying, but from the point of selling a Daredevil show, it needs to be compact.
Yeah, true. It's just, fucking sometimes, Adrian, the math don't math. But
yeah.
But I mean, I guess to your point, it doesn't happen in every comic, right? There's shit going on in Daredevil comics and you don't see anybody. Right. And then all of a sudden there's crossovers. I hope that it does lead though to some type of crossover.
I mean, out of a season, you can make it make sense to have Spider-Man show up for a show.
Right.
Something like that.
Oh, like a pop in one episode or something. Yeah. Yeah. We should at least see that before the end of this. It would be nice. And maybe that's what they're starting to tease with just popping in the Watcher. Like, this is connected to everything. Just because we don't see everybody right now, it is connected.
Right.
We saw, did you see the little trailer for the Punisher thing? It was the Punisher one-off, the special presentation that drops on the 15th.
No, I did not.
It was on I don't know, I saw it somewhere on Disney Plus or YouTube or something. But it looks like it's going to be in the same tone as this show. Bloody, fucking killing, Frank Castle doing his motherfucking thing. So I bring that up to, do you think we'll see Frank Castle before the season's over in Daredevil?
I think so.
He's got to show up at least once, right?
Sure.
Like he was in the last season. They're talking about him. I would imagine, they're not, maybe he shows up and then that leads into his special. Who knows? But I think I'm on team. Yes, Punisher's probably showing up. We still haven't seen Jessica Jones. We're halfway through the season, but I'm with you. Why tell us that she's going to be in the show if she ain't going to be in most of the show? Let it be a surprise.
Right. I mean, yeah, but surprises early. Don't cram it in at the end, and then the end doesn't even make sense to that. First of all, it doesn't make sense, but then it doesn't make sense to have her there.
Right.
Right.
Dude, your boy Daniel, Daniel's getting into some trouble, bro. he's playing all the sides. He even brings BB to the fight.
I think he likes her.
Yeah.
And he knows that she's the one, but he doesn't want to do what he has to do.
Right.
And he's probably just stalling until he has absolute concrete stuff. But the bodyguard is basically telling him, you don't fucking do this. You're going to be the one to go.
Right. And what's up with Mr. Charles? The guy with the glasses who's talking shit to Fisk all the time?
Oh, he thought he has protection.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he thought. And, that's why when they left, he was like, holy shit,
yes.
Because that dude just took him out like they want
dude,
shit.
Buck is a savage, right? Bro. Yep. In that, I thought they were fucked. I was like, oh shit, this dude, I'm thinking he's got the upper hand. Like, he's really got some shit on Fisk. Fisk,
Right.
Fisk is playing chess and poker all at the same time, dude.
Right.
He is a fucking chess master.
Right. Them two mercs standing there like they got this and shit.
Yep.
And this guy's over there sitting over there like the thing from Alice in Wonderland, that fucking whatever that pops around.
Yeah.
And, until like within a second,
dude, split second.
Buck takes him out.
Yep.
Just like nothing.
I've got to go back. What was he? Was he like pretending to put his gun away or something? But all I know is it was a quick fucking move and pop. These guys are dropped.
Yep.
And fucking Mr. Charles is sitting there like, oh damn, I got myself into some shit. Huh?
Right.
Buck's also, bro, he's gonna be smashing on Heather pretty soon, I'm thinking.
It's like seeing a train wreck. I don't think I would want to see that because I could see Buck actually falling for this crazy chick.
Yeah.
And I agree with you from last week. We're going to get, she's going to turn into the villain. Yeah. And then there's that whole thing. I think it's just going to get dirty.
Yeah.
Not dirty.
Messy. Sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's either turning into a female muse or she's going to fucking snap and like jump out the window or some shit.
Something.
Because if these visions keep showing up, because I thought they were kind of foreshadowing her turning into Muse. I still think that's definitely an option.
Sure.
But the other thing that I could see happening is these visions, she's getting more intertwined with this vigilante versus Fisk. Like, she's more involved now than ever.
Right.
I mean, she's one of Fisk's closest fucking associates, right?
Right. She's lying, forging documents, changing things.
Right.
All kinds of shit. Yep.
She's not just on the outside looking in anymore. I could see her getting so, because she's not dealt with her own PTSD. It's funny, she's a therapist, but you would think that she would probably do some work on that. But
well, therapists have therapists, right?
yeah, maybe she hasn't fucking called hers in a while.
Remember The Sopranos?
Oh yeah,
Tony's
Tony's
therapist.
therapist had a therapy. That was the funniest shit when we first found that
Right.
out. Like, but then it makes sense, right?
Sure.
Well, this one ain't, so I'm thinking maybe this PTSD gets too much for her. She keeps seeing these visions the more she's involved. Maybe she sees some traumatic shit like Fisk kill somebody in front of her or something that sets her over the fucking edge. And in order to get that shit out of her head, she just...
Or maybe she finds out that Matt's Daredevil and that fucking...
oh, yeah.
Just, spirals her over the edge
True.
or something. Who knows? Who knows how that's going to go?
Yeah. So either way, I think at the end of the day, it's going to go fucked up in some way with her.
But it just sounds like we got a lot of stuff that could potentially happen. And we got, 3 more episodes left or some shit?
Yeah, that was episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we got 4. I think there's 8 episodes in this
Well,
season.
that's still a lot. Because
It is.
Because I'm looking at the Daredevil show ends, and there's like 6 more minutes of fucking credits. I'm like, this ain't no 43 minutes or whatever it is. So by the time you do the intro, the review of the previous one, the transitions, and then the end credits, you got a fucking 18-minute show, dude.
Right.
It's like
Right.
bullshit.
And we do see Matt and Bullseye cross paths in here. And of course, sometimes Matt pisses me off.
Right.
Because Dex is like, I'm going to kill Fisk. Like, duh.
Right.
And Matt's, oh my God, we can't do that. We can't kill Fisk.
You kill Fisk, you solves most of your fucking problems.
Right.
Right? And the cities.
And you don't have to do it. Let Bullseye do it.
Exactly.
Let him do it. It's like, okay, you don't want to kill, but let him do it. Fuck it.
Right. And if you don't think that's no consolation for him killing Foggy.
Right.
But at the very least, you get rid of this massive problem that you got.
Yeah, because that's his point. It's not going to bring Foggy back.
Right.
Yeah, but it will prevent more Foggies from happening.
Sure.
Right. Because you've tried to lock him up several times. He always gets out.
Right.
Fisk is always fucking getting out.
Right. So we talk about like superheroes showing up in other superhero movies. It's interesting how Matt always shows up to save fucking Fisk. It's like you all over New York hiding in crevices and all sorts of kind of shit. But whenever there's some danger, you always show up to save Fisk miraculously.
Right.
It's
Just let him go. He needs to pull out of, your favorite Batman. The whole, I don't need to kill you, but also don't need to save you either.
Correct.
Right? At the end of Batman Begins, Ra's al Ghul, he lets him die on the train.
Yep.
He can pull that page. I mean, I don't have to I'm not going to kill you, you fucking ball-headed fuck, but ball-headed fuck. I had sunburn on my head, Adrian, yesterday.
Yeah.
Believe that shit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Shit.
of course.
Of course. Adrian, this is, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you someone who, do you get sunburn?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I know different complexions. Some don't get sunburn. So I didn't know, where you were on the sunburn scale.
You know what the other shocker is?
What?
It doesn't take as much as you think it would.
Really?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you know my pain when you're out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unlike some doctors that still teach this dumb shit, black people aren't more durable.
Right. I thought you guys don't feel
than
pain.
everybody else. Yeah.
True?
It's like, what?
Yes. But also everyone should use some type of sunblock, because
Absolutely.
Regardless of your complexion, you can get sun cancer or skin cancer.
Absolutely.
It's turned into a health infomercial. We are not sponsored by whatever the fuck the copper tone or any of that shit. Anyways, I knew I was sitting at fucking Texas Roadhouse, and you can feel I feel my head throbbing. I'm like, oh yeah, that's sunburn. Yeah, I'm fucking almost melted through my skull. But anyways, it was a beautiful day.
Sure.
What wasn't a beautiful day was this boxing match at Fogwell's gym. Now, before that, though, let's talk about Vanessa going to meet with the governor, right? Because the governor was not on Fisk's side.
No,
he's got this port that he's using, but he really shouldn't. It's a free port. Technically, he doesn't have any, there's this whole legal side behind that, which is really what caused Foggy to be killed in the first place, because he was about to out them, right?
Right. So he's doing a Donald Trump. It's like, it's not entirely illegal.
Right.
It's frowned upon, but that's where I exploit the laws.
Yes. And in doing that, you get on the governor's radar, right? Because Fisk is the mayor, but there's always somebody above you.
Sure.
And the governor's not a fan of Fisk, but she's a fan of Vanessa for some reason. Vanessa.
Oh, you could have done this by yourself.
Yeah.
You chose. What?
What are you trying to do?
Dude,
Scissor
what?
her or some shit?
Exactly.
Like, if you're involved, Vanessa, like, what the fuck is everyone's
Fucking
finesse?
two grandmas scissoring? Yeah, no. No.
Anyways, you'd have to yell this. Get him to stop. Get him to stop. I heard that works. I heard that could stop, someone trying to kill you, actually.
Yeah.
Fisk sends Vanessa to go talk to the governor. He doesn't want her at this boxing match because he knows that it's going to be, he knows some shit's going to happen.
Yo, we'll get to this.
Like, he's the mayor. He's Fisk. He's got all these people after him. They've already tried to kill him once. You know how he feels about Vanessa.
Right.
And he tells you don't show up.
Right.
And what does this bitch do?
Yo, you in Florida, right? Hey, babe, don't go and fucking drop your foot in that pond or lake
Right.
or any body of water that's more than, a quarter inch fucking deep.
Yep.
Don't do that. But then they go over there and the fucking alligator pops out of nothing, right? And pulls them down.
Right.
And one side of you like, oh shit, let me jump in. But the other part is like, bitch.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing?
Right. So, Vanessa, you got what was coming to you because your husband told you, go talk to the governor, fix that shit, don't show up to my fight.
Right.
What do? You showed up to his fight. What the fuck happened? You got a glass ornament in the side of your fucking head and now you're bleeding out in the goddamn ring because you didn't listen to your husband.
Right.
The moral of the story is listen to your husbands.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. Maybe. But in something like this,
Sure.
When your safety is on the line here.
What was her agenda to show up? That pissed me off more than pretty much anything.
Right.
Anything. What was her reasoning to show up other than to distract him?
Correct.
Right? I mean, he was going to beat the guy to a pulp anyway.
Exactly.
But then the guy got one shot in because he was distracted.
Ah.
I mean, he didn't do a mat and just get his ass beat. He got distracted, he got punched, and that sent him over the edge, and he like broke the guy's neck or something.
Right.
But I mean, he would have probably did something to a lesser degree.
Yes.
They would have the guy probably would have knocked the fuck out, or he would have KO'd him or something. He would have got up and walked out on his own. But she not only caused this the guy probably to be murdered or at least paralyzed for the rest of his life, but then she's in the way of all this other shit that's going on.
So not only did you cause yourself to get fucking impaled in the head,
Right.
To your point, you also now caused Fisk to cripple this guy.
Right.
Because you couldn't just stay your ass home like you were told.
I mean, what you gonna do? You got a gun. Okay, you got a guy. Now that he's enhanced, you got a guy that can hit 100% of anything that he targets, right?
Whatever he wants.
What do you think you're fumbling around with a fucking gun's gonna do?
Correct.
Zero.
With
And
you-
you already seen what he could do.
Right. With your fucking low reaction time ass, no fucking, come on. The fuck out of here. All you had to do was just listen to Fisk.
Right.
Listen to your husband. You don't need to be there. Like you say, you knew it was going to happen. Oh, what are you in there for his support? He don't need your support to beat up this guy.
Right.
The fuck out of here. And now look at you. Look at you on the ground with a chunk of fucking glass in your head bleeding out.
Right.
But leads to the question. Couple questions. Actually, before the question. You mentioned now that he's enhanced, he can hit 100% of his target. Well, he actually always could, right?
Right. He could do that before. It
Yes.
just he's even more lethal now because he can use like the straw
Fucking
thing.
toothpicks and
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. When he threw this glass ornament at Fisk hits it with the belt, shatters it, and then it impales Vanessa. Was Dex trying to hit Fisk, or did he know that Fisk would swap it with the belt, and he did that piece? And how much credit are we giving Bullseye for this?
I don't think he anticipated Fisk, trying to swat it out the way.
Okay.
I mean, I think the target was Vanessa and Fisk.
Okay.
He would have went just like he went through all the security. I think he would have just went through both of them.
Okay. It
I mean,
so hard.
his ultimate goal was Fisk.
Yeah.
But if she got in the way, so fuck it.
Got it.
You know.
Okay. So do we put some blame on Fisk for, the belt thing?
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I mean, that's not what Fisk's gonna think.
No, he's definitely.
Now, here's the thing: if he had not done that, she 100% would have got that entire thing in her face.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But he had to do something. And I understand the move. You got to protect your wife, right?
Sure.
And I don't think Bullseye anticipated him doing that, and I don't think Fisk anticipated the shard, embedded in the side of his wife's head.
Well, you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
You know what would have prevented her from getting any damage at all?
Yeah, she would have fucking stayed her bitch ass home.
Bingo.
Fuck, man. You did it to yourself. Look at you.
So she's responsible for that.
She is. Yep, it's all her fault. But the big question, Adrian.
Wait a minute. No, the big question is, why does she give a fuck anyway? Why? I mean, you over there banging some fucking swing schoolyard sweeper or some shit, right? And then all of a sudden, your husband kills the guy, right? Even though you asked him not to.
She killed him. Remember?
Oh yeah. So she kills this motherfucker. And now all of a sudden you so in love with your husband that you got to do all this bullshit. Oh, kiss me. Get the fuck out of here. Right? So why do you care if your husband, I mean, if you would have just let Bullseye take your husband out, which is what you wanted to happen in the first place, you would have been free to run. You still would have been Miss Mayor. Everybody would have loved you and all that kind of bullshit. And you could have kept on doing the shit that you was doing under the Fisk Empire.
Yep. Now, the big question, the last question about Daredevil, about Vanessa, is she dead? We don't know.
No.
Right? Unless I'm missing something, there was nothing in that scene that 100% solidified that she's a goner.
Correct.
Now, they left it on a great cliffhanger. He's calling for help. She's got this thing stabbed in the side of her head. Now, it would be contingent upon how deep that shit is, right? Because if it's penetrating her brain, she either ain't gonna be dead or she gonna be fucking half brain dead.
Well, it doesn't take much because remember, if it's in there enough to be embedded, then you already got the bone fracturing because the piece doesn't have to get into your brain. It just has to crack the skull and it pushes the skull into your brain. So you got shards of brain at the very least. Shards of skull. At the very least, in the fucking head, because a lot of that shit was sticking out, and that thing wasn't that big. So I mean, that's questionable. Yeah. But you're right. She's either dead or she's some kind of vegetable.
Coma, vegetable. Because I mean, her eyes weren't moving. She didn't look like she was breathing. She could have just been unconscious.
She was in shock.
She was in shock.
That something happened to her because she showed up where she wasn't supposed to be in the first place.
That's why he told you not to show up for that exact reason.
Well, it's not. When you tell somebody, when you're trying to protect somebody, what you're trying not to do, what you're really thinking about is, I don't want to be distracted. I already know I got to protect myself. But if you're there, now I got to protect you as well, which endangers the both of us.
Right.
Which is why he told her to stay the fuck at home, which she did not do. And then what happens? Now he's got to protect both of them.
Yep. Just fucking listen. Listen. Yeah. But you know what?
Motherfucker.
It may be a good thing, Adrian. Maybe we're done with Vanessa for this.
I
this
fucking
show.
At least hope so. Have her sitting in the bed every once in a while with a fucking tube in her mouth. You can do that fucking shot if you want to, but just have her shut the fuck up.
Damn, not the tube in the mouth.
Whatever, dude.
So are you? If you had to bet on this, are you betting she's a goner, or are we gonna see some, vegetable Vanessa for a few episodes or something?
I think they're gonna drag it out.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta. Fisk is a enraged kind of guy, but I think he also, he remembers, but I think if she's around and a continuous reminder of that pain, he's gonna start doing some crazy shit.
Right.
Maybe some over the top stuff that he doesn't need to, which is a whole nother thing. Now you got this whole reactionary posture that you got to deal with, because now the person that because I can guarantee you half of them is pissed off at her for showing the fuck up.
Yes.
The other half is, Bullseye and Daredevil's fault, right?
Yeah.
And now he has to deal with this whole set of situations that he wouldn't have had to do before. The doctors, the this, the that, the expenses, and all this other kind of bullshit. So he's pissed off about a whole bunch of things. If she's dead, he can bury her, move on. But now, if she's in a vegetative state or paralyzed or whatever the fuck, if she is not dead or not unalived, however you want to call it, then now he's distracted once again with the Vanessa.
The Vanessa. Now, she has died in the comics. She has died in animation. So if you remember one of our favorite movies of all time, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the whole reason why Fisk and that was trying to use the collider to go to other universes was to
get a version of Vanessa.
Yeah, get another Vanessa, right? Because her Vanessa or his Vanessa and their son Richard died in a car accident in that universe. So that happened.
Right.
This obviously is not a car accident. And she's died, I guess, a few times in the comics. The first time was of organ failure. So she, after years of physical, mental trauma, including being kidnapped and buried alive, losing her son, all this stuff, she gets a terminal illness and she ends up dying of terminal organ failure in the comics. So it has happened.
Sure.
Not that everything we see on the show happens in the comics, but I think this show's definitely pulled a lot of comic stuff. Like, I think this, you know, we talk about how things get changed a lot. I think Daredevil, from the Netflix show even to now in Born Again, they've done a great job of keeping it true to the Daredevil comics.
Sure.
You know, they've changed some things, but it's not a dramatic change, you know? So is she, I could see them probably dragging it out and then, you know, maybe before the end of the season, she has this, you know, organ failure type of death. Now, in the comics, the Hand resurrects her. That's the other thing. How much does Fisk know about that type of shit? And would Fisk be on some like Pet Sematary type shit? Like, yeah, let's resurrect Vanessa.
Yes, I believe he would be.
He would, right?
I don't think he's like privy to it now.
Right.
But the need necessitates the investigation. Right?
Yeah.
If you're not dying, there's no reason to look for some way to resurrect somebody, right?
Odds are somebody around him knows, right? Someone's going to tell him. He's got hands and everything. So
Pet Cemetery. I mean, they kind of knew about the rumor, but they didn't really give a shit until Gage got fucking killed, right? So now I want my kid back, so let's go explore every fucking
that's
way.
That's a crazy movie. That's one of the best horror movies, period. And it's not even like a rated R, dude. I think it's like a PG-13 or some shit.
And see, those are the kind of movies that they're scary without having all these extra. It
just
proves
the gore and the blood,
But you don't need all this, all these fucking CGI and all this bullshit. Just intense.
Yep. Well, it was definitely intense in the ring, and I think the last thing we'll say about this is you kind of touched on this a little bit. What the fuck is Fisk gonna do now?
Right.
How much more unhinged is he gonna be? He's gonna be on a mission. Bullseye, Daredevil, I'm sure he's going to blame all vigilantes.
Oh, yeah.
And you already talked about how lawless this group is moving now. What's going to change in this next episode? Whatever it is, it's going to be something so intense that I think it's going to force Matt to really put this team together, right? Because
he's going to have to.
He's going to have to. They're there. He's got Karen, right? Now, she's on his team. I know she's not a super, but she plays like that. Like you always talk about the non-powered character. Like she's one of those, like the Alfred behind the chair.
Right, the supporting character.
Yeah. Who's integral. She's like and she does a lot, dude. So you got her, you got White Tiger. We've seen Angela with the amulet. We've not really seen her use the power so much, but we know she's got it. And they've even done a good job of like framing it in shots. So we know like it's there. They haven't mentioned it really, but I'm sure we're going to see her, you know, use her powers to help.
Well, they kind of did because Matt, when they were in that little hideout, he picked. He was like, "Do you understand what this means?" or whatever kind of shit.
And they allowed her to go do a mission.
Right.
So you got that. Frank Castle's still somewhere out there. Bullseye's obviously there. I mean, I think they're going to be forced to be on a team, right? Because Fisk is after both of them.
Right.
So they're going to be forced to kind of work together.
I wonder if Fisk is going to be pissed off enough to break his rule about revealing Daredevil's identity.
I don't think so because of what he did in the last episode where he's got everybody looking for him anyways.
Right.
I don't think he will, but I think he's going to I think he's going to elevate how serious this whole search party for these two, this whole attack, like I think he's going to be pulling his top guys like the fucking asshole. I forget it. You know
yeah,
the asshole is.
That asshole.
And then Cole North, the guy with the burnt face, these two motherfuckers. Can those two just get killed already? Holy shit.
Yep.
But I think Fisk is about to fucking snap, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I mean, this season's been a lot of... I said this last week, and I think this just even solidifies my opinion that much more, that season 2 already is... And I like season 1 a lot, but season 2 is already way above season 1.
So do you think... So ringside, right?
Yep.
You're looking at the kid, BB, and the other chick, right? And they're seeing Fisk beat this guy's ass, right? Do you think that BB is going to start rethinking her fucking podcast thing? I mean, because now it's visceral.
Right.
I mean, you understand the power of somebody.
Yeah.
But when you see somebody brutally beat somebody, it's a different take on them, right?
It's different.
And also she's, like he can like literally snatch her at any point.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just curious if she's going to start rethinking, flashbacking that moment and how it applies to her life. I mean, at very least, she fucking should.
I don't think she will, because she's cut from the same cloth as her uncle.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make her want to take him down even more, which is probably going to cause her to get whacked before the end of the season. I think she's going to cause her own death. I think she's going to, or maybe she doesn't die. Maybe she helps take him down. Who knows? Maybe this season ends with, getting rid of Fisk.
Right.
I saw this critique online that, like, here we are 4 seasons later and it's still, Daredevil versus Fisk. Well, why wouldn't it be? Right? Like, he's there. That's his main opposition.
Sure.
Do you feel that does the fact that they're still doing Daredevil versus, because that's how it started, right? Season 1 was Daredevil Fisk. The fact that they're still doing Daredevil versus Fisk, if you counted all of them up, it'd be the 5th season. Do you think that's too much, or do you think because the story is good, fuck it, run with it?
The fact that I've never even thought about that means that no, that it's not too much.
Right.
I think they should bring this to a natural conclusion. Either Fisk somehow becomes less of a threat to Daredevil / Matt.
Yeah.
And it has to be Daredevil and Matt.
Right.
Because if he's not the mayor and he's not going after Daredevil and he won't reveal Matt, but he's going after Matt separately, Fisk has to be
gone.
de-escalated on both Matt and Daredevil.
Right.
So they should bring this to a natural conclusion, and then they can bring in somebody else and run them for a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think, and also I think what people forget is there was a long chunk of time in the Netflix show where Fisk was in jail. So he was in the show, but he wasn't in it as much as he is right now.
Right.
We had the whole Bullseye conflict. You had the Hand. I think that was maybe season 2 with Elektra and Stick and all that. So I don't subscribe to that with. I'm like, and also these two they're great together.
Right.
They have great chemistry, these two actors on screen. So give me more Fisk and Daredevil. But I agree with you. Maybe after the season, sure, we can pivot, but I don't think it's too much. It's the 2nd season of the show, and the seasons are only like 8 episodes.
Right.
These 2 first seasons, when they're all said and done, will be just about as long as one Netflix season. So
this season is about one show long. You take out all the bullshit, you probably got a whole hour between all the fucking shit, dude.
Well, we got 4 more, Adrian. We're at the midpoint.
Another 30 minutes.
Yeah, another 30 minutes will be done. The problem is we got to wait 4 fucking weeks,
Right.
So anyways, that's the Daredevil Born Again, season 2, episode 4 review. If I had to give this episode a score, Adrian, I would go with a 9, dude. I think this was one of the top episodes.
The fact that it actually got some kind of emotion out of me, I would go like a 8.5.
Okay. All right, 8.85. That's the same score I would give, Texas Roadhouse last night. I'm like, it's good, dude. I don't eat there a lot because it's, from where I live, it's 25 minutes away.
Sure.
And I'm driving past freaking Chili's and 99 and Longhorn on the way. So I'm like, do I really want to go all through that to go to Texas Roadhouse? But it's some good
How
eating,
the fuck
dude.
do you pass those to get there?
Well, there's a Chili's right down the street from my house. The one up here.
Okay.
And then if I'm going on the highway.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
it.
going right by all that shit, you know. And I like Longhorn. Longhorn's a nice little spot.
I haven't been to Longhorn in years.
Damn.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, Texas got me with that filet. That's literally
you get the filet? Yeah.
I get the filet and I get the I get 2 baked sweet potatoes as my size.
Good, yeah.
I don't get that's all I get.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the porterhouse, which it was good. It was a little fatty, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you know, the one side of it's the filet, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, even their steak fries, bro. I was getting out with those steak fries. All their sides are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And that 1 million calorie that
bread?
onion bloom thing.
Oh, yeah, we got that.
That thing's good.
It is.
And they say that fucking thing has more calories in it than probably a whole meal of other stuff.
Yeah. And there's a lot, dude. There was like 6 of us, and we couldn't even finish it.
Yeah.
Because you got the bread, dude.
Oh.
With the cinnamon butter.
Yeah.
That's just too good. It's not even, it's uncalled for,
Yeah,
actually.
it actually is.
Yep.
It actually is.
Well, something else that's uncalled for, Adrian, is calling Moon Knight Marvel's Batman. So we need to stop calling Moon Knight Marvel's Batman because these two couldn't be more opposite.
Before the show came around, I have been guilty of saying that, but when you get into because I mean I knew about Moon Knight, I thought he was cool.
Yep.
So I drew some parallels, but I didn't really know about the whole psychosis and the split personalities and all that bullshit. And so no, he is not.
No, dude.
DC's Batman.
And I'm gonna get that out of the way first before we get into the who the fuck is Moon Knight. But here's why they're not the same. Do they have some similarities? They both wear capes and they're both wealthy. Outside of that.
And they both fuck around at night.
At night. Now, I mean, even that, the costume. Batman wears dark, black, gray, blue, white, because he doesn't want to be seen.
Right.
Do you know why Moon Knight wears white?
So he can be seen.
Because he wants to be seen. So you got that. Now, they throw things. Batman has batarangs. Oh, that's the third, I guess, similarity. And Moon Knight has those crescent darts. Outside of that, nothing the same. Now, Batman's non-powered. Moon Knight is powered. He's possessed by Khonshu, this god. Also, the no-kill rule. Batman ain't gonna kill. He'll break your bones. He'll put you in a coma.
Unless it's a Snyder take.
Yeah, unless it's Snyder and he fucking kills everybody. But Moon Knight kills everybody. He kills you so that Khonshu can possess your soul. Like he literally, that's his goal. Like he was also, we'll get into his background. I ain't gonna spoil that right now, but they are polar fucking opposites. Batman is about Batman is trying to prevent what happened to his parents from happening to other people. Moon Knight's don't give a shit about saving no city or any of that stuff. He's the avatar for Khonshu. Khonshu's the Egyptian god of vengeance. So he's not out to try to make the world a better place. He's out to feed souls to this god of vengeance. Like it's completely different. Even like the whole shit Batman, we talked about what he wears. He operates in the shadows. Moon Knight literally says this, I don't wear white to hide. I wear it so they'll see me coming, so they know who it is. Because when they see the white, it doesn't matter how good a target I am. Their hands shake so bad they couldn't hit the moon. Like he's doing that intentionally. So let's stop with the fucking Batman, Moon Knight. Nothing about them's the same outside of they wear capes and they throw shit at people. So that being said, who the fuck is Moon Knight, you ask? Let's get into his origin a little bit. And these are comic origins. Sometimes we put these people like, well, that's not what happened in the show. Dude, we're talking about the comic character. Because typically what happens is you have this comic character that has this vast whole origin, background, power set, power levels, limits, and then you see him on screen, and it's like a fraction of what you see in the comics. So, Moon Knight, Marc Spector, scratch that out, Marc Spector. He was born in Chicago. He's the son of a rabbi, Adrian. His son, Elias Spector, was a rabbi and a pacifist. He survived the Holocaust. He fled Czechoslovakia. Mark grew up in an area where he faced a lot of anti-Semitism. So Jewish background, he experienced a lot of prejudice, a lot of, or the anti-Semitism, as they say. He resented his father because his dad was a pacifist and refused to fight back against the people who tormented him. Okay, so you can make you resent your father. Like I teach my kids, and some people don't agree with this. If somebody touches you, make sure they never fucking touch you again.
Right.
Like they push you, punch them in the fucking nose. Like that's dramatic. Then don't put your hands on my kid.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, you should tell the teacher first, and then if I saw this on TikTok, too, it was like, you should tell the teacher first, and then if it proceeds and it doesn't stop, then you should, then you can defend yourself. But you don't need to teach your kid to be too aggressive and go over the top. No, you put your fucking hands on me. I make sure you never do it again.
Because it only takes a second.
Correct.
And then, first of all, if they put their hands on you the first time, and you allow it, then that means there's a second, third, fourth, 20th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then it only takes a minute to snatch somebody, put them in the closet, rape them, kill them, that kind of shit, right?
Sure.
And then what you're going to be saying?
Right.
Or tell the teacher.
Or tell someone. Yeah.
Right. The third thing is that teachers don't have any power anymore,
Correct.
dude. I mean, they're just fucking babysitters.
Yep.
They literally can do. You talk about how parents have wielded their authority over to the teachers. The teachers don't have any power. That shit's snatched away from them. They can't do shit. They can't take a phone from you. They can't touch you.
Right.
They can't stare at you hard.
Right.
They can't nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So what do you do?
No. What these teachers do is they go on their phones and they scroll while they're in class, and they have AI teaching the kids. It's a whole fucking new thing. But anyways, so he resented his father because his father was a little bitch. Now this next part is what really fucked him up, because the part of Moon Knight's character, a big piece of it, is the trauma that he went through caused him to have dissociative identity disorder, so creating additional personalities, which you do see this in the show. And he literally, when someone has this, you can't convince them they're not that fucking personality. Literally, like, change. He's got different, entirely, I think he's got 3 or 4 separate personalities. But there was a close family friend and a mentor to Marc when he was young. It was also a Rabbi Yitzpearl. One day, Marc accidentally discovered a hidden room in his house. No, it wasn't, one of those fun rooms with whips and chains. It wasn't a game room, Adrian. It wasn't a fucking poker room. It was a room where he saw some shit that told him that his mentor was actually a former Nazi and an active serial killer who was targeting Jewish people in Chicago. He uncovered some shit, this motherfucker. You remember that movie? We were talking about this, Hear No Evil, where the family goes to stay with that weird family, and then the kid who doesn't talk, and then the girl goes into this little secret room outside, and she discovers that this couple's been bringing in families, killing the parents and keeping the kids. Damn. You ever seen that one with James McAvoy?
No.
Well, I just spoiled the whole fucking thing for you, but it's good.
I wouldn't have seen it. I remember seeing the commercial, and trust me, that was, what, a couple years ago?
Yep.
I would have seen it already if I was interested.
Okay.
So
But you know what movie I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. But they discover this secret room, and it's like, oh shit, these people are murderers. So that happens to Marc when he's young. And when this guy, Ernest Yitzpearl, when he realizes that Marc knew a secret, well, he tries to kill him. I mean, he's there targeting Jews in Chicago. Marc's a Jew in Chicago. Now he discovered his room. Well, shit, fucking might as well kill him.
But he was his mentor.
He was his mentor. Yeah.
How does someone take the thing that you hate the most, but you find one that you want to bond with? How does that work?
I mean, didn't it happen in slavery?
I wasn't there.
No, but we hear these stories. You bring one slave who gets to live in the house, the others don't.
It's almost like a reverse. You know how whatever that situation is when the victim bonds with the
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
But I'm talking about like in reverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, you'd had, slave owners that would have babies with certain slaves. Some of them get to live in the house. Some of them don't.
Well, that's different.
It's a little different. But he also is probably grooming the kid. Hey, let me be your mentor, thinking like maybe when he's old enough, I'll kill him. Add him to my collection.
All right.
So either way, what happened was fucking Ernest tried to kill him. Marc fought him off. He escaped. But because the fact that his mentor was actually a Nazi serial killer who tried to kill him, that trauma shattered his mind. I mean, think about what that would do to a young kid, right? This is a guy you look up to.
Right.
He's going to help me. He's teaching me to be, and he tried to fucking kill you.
Right.
And then you realize he's a Nazi. Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah. So this is the exact moment that disorder manifested, the dissociative identity disorder. So to cope with that trauma, his brain created 2 alter egos. So not one. It was so fucked up, dude. He had to create 2. One was the wealthy Stephen Grant, and the other one was the tough, street smart Jake Lockley. So this is where all his fucking mental issues began. So moving on. Marc grew up running from this fractured mind. So he's doing everything he can to be Marc, right? And he ends up becoming a heavyweight boxer. He joins the Marines. He had a stint in the CIA and eventually became a high-paid, brutal mercenary working alongside his pilot, Jean-Paul Duchamp, also known as Frenchie.
So he has some skills.
He's got some skills. He's a CIA. He was a mercenary. So even that, he's Batman. This dude was killing people before he was Moon Knight.
Right.
No, he's just like Batman. No, not at all. Fucking people.
You sound a little upset there, Mike.
Yeah, they're getting me angry, Adrian. They're pissing me off. All right, so Marc took a mercenary contract in Sudan. He was working for this warlord named Raoul Bushman. They stumbled upon an archaeological, whatever you say that. Archaeological. I'm not saying that right, am I?
Archaeological.
Yeah, what you said. They stumbled upon that, what Adrian just said. And Bushman wanted gold, so he murdered, they were led by this doctor, Dr. Peter Olorian and his daughter. Bushman wanted the gold that they found, so he killed the doctor, because what else are you gonna do, right? Then he ordered his men to slaughter the civilians. And this is where Marc's conscience finally kicked in. He's like, all right, like, even mercenaries have rules, right? Let's kill this war criminal, let's kill it. But let's kill these innocent civilians. And that's kind of like, it's crazy as it sounds, there's rules to war, right? Yeah. Like, you can bomb a military fucking base, you can bomb this whatever, but you're not supposed to fuck with civilians, right? It's why, when Israel or whoever bombed this, women's school, it's like, wait a minute, isn't that a war crime, by the way? Like, no, we didn't do that. Someone else did. Whatever you say, Donald. But Marc was like, dude, I'm not having this. So he turned on Bushman. He saved the daughter and the locals, but Bushman nearly beat Marc to death, leaving him busted, bleeding out in the freezing desert night, almost like Vanessa in the ring, And the locals dragged Marc's dying body into the tomb of Seti, laying him at the feet of the statue of Khonshu. So he's dying. They bring him into this tomb, the Egyptian god of the moon and vengeance. Marc's heart actually stopped. He did die, but in the void, Khonshu offered him a deal. It's like some Al Simmons, like some Spawn shit, right? So they're like, you know what? You're dying, dude, but I'll give you a second chance if you become my avatar, meaning his weapon on Earth.
Right.
Marc awoke, fully healed, grabbed the silver shroud off the statue, wrapped it around himself, and motherfucking Moon Knight was born, Adrian. Was that more interesting than the show?
Yes. Yes, it was.
And we're just getting started. I should have wrote the show. See that?
Oh, okay.
But his power set, let's talk about his power set, because this is another where it's nothing like Batman, okay? His powers are magical. Or is he just a crazy guy running on adrenaline? Who knows? For years, Marvel kind of played around with that, but they have confirmed this. So he's someone, too, where his power set and the character has evolved throughout comics. Khonshu's magic is very real, but it is also heavily tied to Marc's mental state. And also, in some of the classic stories, classic lore as they call it, the moon plays a big factor in his powers. This was interesting as shit. So, and I actually think I got a little graphic here to show everyone. So based off of what status the moon is in, it will dictate how powerful Moon Knight is. So it's kind of like, bro, you don't want to catch him on the wrong fucking moon phase. I don't know where it is. So under a new moon, which if you don't know is like basically no moon, right? He's just a peak human athlete. Superhuman strength. He can lift roughly 2 tons. His reflexes. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. No, let's back up.
I was going to say that's not peak human strength.
No, I'm fucking
peak human
everything
strength
up.
is like 600, 700, 800 pounds.
Let's restart this. Okay, so the new moon. When the moon's dark, he's got no superhuman enhancements. His baseline, though, is still peak human. So Olympic level gymnast, heavyweight boxer, and an elite CIA mercenary operative at his weakest.
So Captain America Steve Rogers, he is not peak human. He's like low level super, right?
Yep.
So a peak human describe what you just did.
Yep.
So they're looking at 400 to 500 pounds. If you think about lifting something or bench pressing, right?
That's he can bench roughly 450 pounds.
Okay. So, and then Steve Rogers, he's a little bit more enhanced. So he's like at the 800 pound range.
Yep.
So he, and Wolverine, just for context, falls somewhere in between that.
Yep. So pretty badass.
Yeah.
From a ground level, like, I mean, he also has a CIA mercenary operative, all that training, and he's a true heavyweight boxer. So he's got a little bit addition to just the strength.
Sure.
And so, I mean, he can take out entire squads of armed men. Like he's fast enough. He can, he's peak. That's the baseline. That's new moon.
Right.
Okay. As the moon phases change, his powers change. So at the half moon, that's when Khonshu's magic really starts kind of flooding his system. So his muscle, his muscle density and his fast twitch fibers are enhanced. Under a half moon, his strength doubles.
Okay.
He can lift around 1,000 pounds. His reflexes speed up to the point where he can dodge arrows and gunfire. And this is just half moon. His stamina allows him to fight for hours. So I can do it. You talked about Cap. He can do it all day too, bro.
Right. So he's at super soldier level.
He's super soldier at this point. He can do it for hours without fatigue. That's what she said. So that's under half moon. Then we got the full moon. Okay. I'm going to give you some advice. Don't be like Vanessa and listen to this. Don't fuck with Moon Knight under a full moon. Okay. That's my advice to everyone. Once he crosses that threshold, dude, he is now truly superhuman. He can lift over 2 tons, 4,000 pounds. So who comes in the 2-ton category comes to mind?
Not really many people.
Okay.
I mean, he's not even at Spider-Man level.
He's not at Spider-Man level.
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Over Wolverine?
Wolverine's not even at the ton level.
Yeah, so he's past
Wolverine is like maybe between 500 and 800 pounds.
Okay.
Right?
He's past Cap.
He's definitely past Cap.
Past Winter Soldier.
Yep.
He's past a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's in a good little, spot here. He can punch through brick walls. He can snap steel chains. He can leap across massive city gaps. So he can jump over fucking a bunch of buildings. Sure. His night vision is now perfect. He can see in pitch black environments. And a lot of times they show this like kind of aura around him when he's in this phase, like a glow almost. So pretty badass motherfucker.
Right.
It guess depends on the day though. You don't want to fuck with him on any day.
Sure.
But if you're an enhanced individual, you want to try to catch him in the new moon phase, dude.
Sure.
That's why you look at the moon and be like, nah, I ain't fighting you, bro. I'll come back in fucking 2 days when that shit's black.
Yeah, I look at it, man, like I'm not fighting you.
At all, yeah. I give a fuck where the moon is.
No moon.
So he also has true immortality because of Khonshu. He cannot permanently die as long as Khonshu wants him alive. He's been shot, stabbed, beaten to death multiple times, and then Khonshu just simply reboots his body, sends him back to work, dude. The Taskmaster dilemma. Okay, so Taskmaster has photographic reflexes, right? He can instantly copy anybody's fighting style.
Yep.
But he refuses to copy Moon Knight. Yeah, that got your attention. Why, Adrian? Because Moon Knight's fighting style is to not block, okay? He will willingly take a sword to the shoulder, a punch to the jaw, just so he can get close enough to break your neck.
Well, I'm assuming part of that is because he knows he's not gonna fucking die
Exactly.
anyway.
He fights with zero regard for his own safety. So like, oh yeah, you're fucking shooting at me. I will fucking run right through you just so I can get to you and snap your neck. Because he knows Khonshu, like you said, is just gonna fucking bring him right back. I mean, it's like you're playing a game with infinite lives.
Right.
Yeah, I'll try to jump over that in one fucking shot. Fuck it, I got 4 bullets. So I'll go into that battle because I know I'm just gonna respawn. Who cares?
Right.
We talked briefly about 2 of his personalities. So he's got Marc Spector, which is, who he really is. This guy's the weapon, dude. Mark's the one who puts on the cape. He's the one who walks into a warehouse full of armed mercenaries and turns it into a slaughterhouse. He's the fucking weapon. You got Stephen Grant. He is the multi-million-dollar, he's one of the reasons they compare him to Batman because he's rich. You have Jake Lockley. Jake is a cab driver who operates in the gutter of the city. He maintains a network of informants, homeless contacts, He's the intel, dude. Okay. This is all one person, right? So he gets the street level intelligence, the shit that, is the Avengers could never get because they're so far above it, right? Then you got Mr. Knight. He's a detective. He is he wears the tailored suit. You ever see Moon Knight with the white suit instead of like the cape? Yeah, that's Mr. Knight. He's a detective. He's calm. He's calculating. He works with the police. He investigates, on the side. And I guess maybe this is another reason why people think Batman, because of the detective thing. He's not wearing the cape and the cowl. He's just, wearing this white suit. But I think the one we all see and know is Mark with the cape, with the cowl, with the fucking crescent moons and all that shit. He also, it's not just the strength that he gets from Khonshu. He's got telepathic immunity. Because his mind is so fucked up with all these different personalities taking over, like they literally can switch on a drop of a dime. That plus having the ancient Egyptian god, telepaths cannot read him. If someone tries to enter his mind, it usually results in whoever that is getting severe psychic feedback or actually going temporarily insane from the sheer chaos in this motherfucker's head. Damn. So you got
so that's kind of a weapon.
Yeah. Not just try to read my shit, bitch.
Kind of not necessarily just a defense. It's kind of a weapon too.
Absolutely.
Like, please read my mind.
Yep. So he's got that. He's got the whole pain thing. So Taskmaster won't copy him. He's got the immortality. How about this? He's got God tier magic. So, the millionaire. Moon Knight stood face to face with Thor, and he commanded Mjolnir to stop midair, stripping it from the Thunder God. Now, how the fuck did that happen? Well, Mjolnir is forged from Uru, however the fuck you say it. It's a metal mind from the first moon in the universe. Since he's an avatar of the moon, he realizes he has absolute telekinetic control over any lunar rock, effectively making Thor's hammer his own weapon.
Damn.
So yeah, he's just a dude with the cape and but he can stop Thor's hammer. And that has nothing to do with any fucking moon phase. That's his ability.
Damn, imagine you getting beat with your own shit.
Yeah. Yeah. He also can command mummies and spirits of the dead under certain, highly magical circumstances. So if he needs to pull a whole army of fucking mummies out the ground, he can. Dude, pretty badass character, dude. Definitely did not get to see all of this in the show. However, I am one of those few. I'm down with seeing more Moon Knight. Yeah. Yeah, that part. I'm the few that watched it, but I'm also one of the few that enjoyed it, and I wouldn't mind seeing more Moon Knight down the road somewhere. Man, I'm looking at this read a comic shirt, dude. And if I didn't own one, I would buy one, I really like it. So if you do want an Only Comic shirt, go to onlycomicsmerch.com. Right now, do it right this second. And then when you get back, we're going to get on our road to Doomsday. So Moon Knight, dude, that is who the fuck Moon Knight is, Adrian. Right. He is possessed by a god. He's got god tier magic. He's super strong. Depending on the phase of the moon, he's going to whip your ass even worse. You can't mind control him. You can't fucking kill him. You really just should leave him the fuck alone.
Right. You and Thor.
Yeah, even Thor, dude.
I mean, Thor still could beat your ass.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't
Right.
need Mjolnir.
Right, no.
It's just kind of icing on the cake, right?
Yep.
But if he showed up thinking I'm just gonna fucking whack him with my hammer a few times, it's over. No, not with this motherfucker, dude. Nope. Does it make you want to watch the show?
Kind of does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
So Marvel.
Now, would I do it? Or not?
Wait,
different.
hold on. We're pitching. See that? I am getting Adrian to want to watch something that you could never get him to want to watch. So that's why y'all should pay us. We should sponsor. Marvel should be a sponsor
there
here.
You go.
We got the Donald. Why can't we have Marvel?
That's right.
God. Anyways, speaking of Marvel, speaking of the MCU, we are on our road to Doomsday, Adrian. Can you believe that it is the middle of motherfucking April?
Yeah, I do believe it because tax time is in 3 days or some shit.
There's that, but I mean, dude, I feel like we just kicked off the year. Like, weren't we just having Christmas? Like, what the hell?
It's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing time as time flies by.
I still don't understand time. I don't get it because sometimes it works fast, sometimes it works slow. Like when you're at the line, at the deli, at the grocery store. Time works really slow,
Yeah, it does.
When you're behind someone, like yesterday, this happened to me. I'm getting on the highway, and we got this really, when you're getting from 2A to 395, you got that giant fucking circle, right? And the speed limit says 30. Yeah, we all know
70 is workable.
70 is workable. Yep. Maybe at the end of that turn, you drop down to like 55, 60. But we're getting on the interstate, dude, where the speed limit's 65. We're getting on the highway. And this motherfucker, 2 cars in front of me, is going 27 miles a fucking hour, getting on a highway, merging on with people going 60, 70, and 80. Stupid fucks. So that's not the kind of road we're on to Doomsday. No. We're on a fast track, dude. We're watching a movie a week. We got some shows coming up soon. So this last week was one of my all-time favorite Marvel movies, Captain America: Civil Motherfucking War. I think it's just called Civil War, but this is one of my favorite movies, right? There's so much that happens in this, and this kind of speaks to that whole statement of we can only be taken down from the inside, right? Because we've had 2 Avengers movies at this time. We've had 3 Iron Man, couple Thor. We've seen this team assemble. We've seen them stop Loki, the Chitauri. We've seen them stop Ultron, all these Ultron bots. The city's flying. Oh my God, all that stuff. The problem is along the way, they made a mess, dude. Yeah. Right? A lot of people died. Yeah. So it's that always that argument. It's like the Batman thing, right? Like Batman, do we have all these supervillains because of you? Or do we need you to protect us from, or what is it?
You have the supervillains because of him. You have criminals before.
Yes.
Right? But you introduce the Batman element, and now they got to one-up because they got to protect themselves from Batman.
Sure.
So now they go from criminals to super criminals.
Yes.
And super criminals can be either chemical enhancements or technological enhancements, or at the very least, they're getting bigger guns.
Yes.
So, they keep scaling up based on what's coming after them. Then you got something like the Avengers. Now, do you say, well, all these people, got killed, the Avengers, would more have died if they had not intervened?
Yeah.
So it's easy to blame the people that you can catch up to.
Correct.
You don't blame you only blame the criminals if you catch them. There's kind of like just somebody that's out there. But if you help somebody and somebody still gets hurt, then because you're not trying to run away, that's when they try to fuck you.
Right. And yeah, I think that's a great argument too, is yes, a lot of deaths were caused because of things that they did, but what would have happened if they weren't there?
What would have happened if that city, they would have just dropped the city or just shot it out into space?
The world would have been done, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
or you believe the world's flat, it would have just made one hole and then the other side. But if it's not flat, it just would be done. We wouldn't be going to the moon right now,
So, how many astronauts were there?
4.
Who shot the video inside the capsule?
The cameraman that's still on the moon. There was the watcher, Adrian.
Yes.
So There was a real life civil war with this movie before it even happened. So there's a little bit of drama, Adrian. Before this movie, Kevin Feige had to report to the Marvel Creative Committee. We talked about this a little bit. It was led by the Marvel CEO at the time, Ike Perlmutter, who was famously cheap. Feige wanted Robert Downey Jr. in this movie. He wanted to do the Civil War storyline properly. You don't do Civil War without Iron Man.
Sure.
It wouldn't make sense. And then you'd have something like Secret Invasion, right? So Perlmutter, you should have known by his name,
right?
This motherfucker, Perlmutter. He said RDJ was too expensive, and he told them to write him out and make it a smaller movie. Feige was like, "Fuck you, bitch." Not really, but he actually threatened to quit over this.
Damn.
Yep, he's threatened to quit Marvel. Now, Disney CEO Bob Iger stepped in, and he actually dissolved the creative committee, restructured Marvel Studios, so Kevin Feige had absolute total control. And this movie is the reason why the Infinity Saga was allowed to be as big as it got to. Because think about before this movie, right? People always, the saga now sucks. Look how it used to be. Dude, prior to this movie, it were great, but it was still kind of like in like second gear. This movie really propelled us into this place of billion-dollar movies.
Right.
Now there were some before, but this was like billion-dollar at the big budgets, big events, multiple characters in one movie. We didn't see a lot of that in the early phases. Unless it was an Avengers movie, maybe there's 2 or 3 characters, but how many fucking characters were in this movie? And there were still a couple missing. But this changed the way I think they created these movies. They removed that budget cap. Like, all right, that hurts movies a lot of times, right? Oh, we can't afford Robert Downey Jr., so write him out of the Civil War story. I guarantee you I guarantee you that's probably, it doesn't make sense, but I guarantee you that's probably what happened on Secret Invasion. We had to keep the budget low. So we got enough budget for Samuel L. Jackson and, a couple of these other fucking sideline people, but we can't have Iron Man and Captain America and all these characters in this show, really?
And then you bring in Game of Thrones chick.
Yes.
Right? So I'm sure that was a big ticket.
Right. And then all the CGI, money from that last episode where they had every power we've ever seen in the MCU and these 2 fucking crackheads. So anyways, Feige stepped up and was like, bitch, if this is the way we're doing it, I'm fucking out. And then Bob Iger was like, nah, fuck that. Let's get rid of these cheap motherfuckers and you're in control. In a nutshell. And Russo brothers, they wrote the script to this movie with Spider-Man in it before Marvel and Sony actually had the legal agreement to share that character. They had a backup script just in case, but they also forced Spider-Man into this movie pretty much. The budget for this movie was $250 million. Box office for this movie was $1.15 billion. So this movie helped move Cap into that billion-dollar, level with Iron Man and the Avengers. I think prior to this, the Iron Man movies, I think maybe the third one, and the 2 Avengers movies, I believe, were the only billion-dollar movies in this franchise. So this propelled them into that spot. So a lot of callbacks in this, dude. You got Brock Rumlow. He shows up in the beginning as Crossbones. We saw that little fight, which his suicide bombing is really what forces the UN to draft the Sokovia Accords. That was kind of the as they say, the straw that broke the camel's back, Adrian. They're like, you did all this other shit, and now look what's fucking happening again. A couple things, a lot that I love about this movie. I love the fact that they introduced Spider-Man and Black Panther into this movie and tied in all these stories from before. You got Thunderbolt Ross in here. You got the whole Winter Soldier Bucky story going on, the aftermath of Sokovia, Age of Ultron. All that stuff is happening, and it does not feel like there's too much in this movie. That's when people go, it's going to be a cameo fest. Dude, look what they did with, a couple dozen characters already. They know how to handle this shit. And it really upped the stakes because so far we've seen big cosmic threats, aliens, all that shit. But this was an internal threat. This was 2 people that have had difference of opinions along the way, but have put those aside to work together. Like Captain America and Iron Man are very different in their ideologies.
Right.
Right.
And I think Cap started some bullshit early on. For whatever reason, I don't think he, agreed with or liked Tony.
Yeah.
Because he's too flamboyant and he doesn't understand that. So, because he's stern, he's rigid, he's military, so on and so forth. And then, Tony does what Tony does,
right,
which doesn't add to.
No, it doesn't help. Help his cause at all.
To his shit. But yeah, I think there was going to be some conflict between them from the get go, regardless. Besides the fact that, he know that this dude killed his parents and shit.
Correct. And that seed was planted all the way back in the first Avengers movie. They weren't getting along in that movie until fucking Coulson is dead, and they realized like, oh shit, we got we're forced to work together because we're working towards the same cause. And then we see in Age of Ultron, these two had a falling out. We only saw a little tease of a fight there. So this has been building for a long time, and this was the movie that brought Winter Soldier back. Or not back, but brought him into the Avengers, right? Because this whole time he's on the run, his memory's all fucked up. I think they did a great job of introducing us to T'Challa.
Right.
The way they handled Wakanda in this, like that's another one that was mentioned in Age of Ultron. They were talking about the vibranium.
Yeah.
Remember this? The Ulysses Claw and all that. We still haven't had a Black Panther movie yet, but then we get a little taste of what Wakanda is in this, because in the beginning, that suicide bombing in Lagos, they happened to kill, I think it was like 10 Wakandans.
Right.
Because they were there on some type of
diplomatic.
retreat. Yeah. Some
including
political.
His father, right?
His father died later in the movie.
No.
But that was at the UN when they were talking about the Accords. They tried to pin that on Winter Soldier. And then Zemo. I mean, I know Zemo, a lot of people don't like his portrayal in here because it's not like the common, with the purple suit and all that.
Yeah, it was way the fuck up different.
Yeah, it was way different.
Right.
So, I mean, you could argue that they didn't need to call him Zemo. He could have been anybody. But I do think that he did a great job of playing that I'm just a dude out for revenge, but he's got all this training, right? He stirred the pot and fucked these guys up.
Yeah.
Zemo was the ultimate, just behind the scenes chess player.
Whispering naughtiness into their ears, getting them pissed off.
And we see Tony's guilt. I mean, that's a theme always with Tony, right? He's arrogant. He'll fucking do some fucked up shit, then feel bad about it, and now he's got to make it right. And that's one thing I think that's pretty true to who he is in the comics. He'll overdo stuff,
sure,
and then he feels guilty about it, and now he's got to make it right with everyone,
right?
Or not with everyone, whoever, like. With the lady at the elevator who confronts him, shows him the picture of her boy who died, in Sokovia. And that just literally flips him over the edge. Like, it was too real. Because you have to face it, right? It's one thing when you're out there saving people. Oh my God, blew up the city. Yes, people died. But now it's like, hey, look, this is the one. And you're watching the mom of the child that you're partly responsible for. And yeah, you could argue, well, hey, we saved a bunch of people. Yeah, but she's like,
you didn't save this one.
You didn't say this one?
Right. It's like the difference between a drone pilot sitting in a container in Arizona dropping bombs, overseas, versus the guy that's on the ground shivving people. It's a little different.
100%. T'Challa. This is another reason why we say y'all should have recasted T'Challa, because he's a phenomenal character in general. Now, Chadwick Boseman, amazing portrayal.
Right.
That doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't portray him and pay homage to Chadwick. I mean, unfortunately, he passed at a young age, which is horrible. But it's also, I think it's a better way to honor the character and even honor Chadwick Boseman by continuing that. Because then every time you see this character, you're going to appreciate him on screen, but also remember Chadwick.
I mean, I would have rather they took the actor that did Wonder Man, made him T'Challa, and made the white Wonder Man the white guy he's always been. I mean, what the fuck? Or how about this? Who the fuck cared about Wonder Man at all? Not bring him up at all.
True.
Just saying.
Yep. But Chadwick Boseman's debut was amazing, and T'Challa was a major piece of this movie.
Yeah.
He's not an Avenger yet. He's kind of doing his own thing. His dad is killed. We think it's by Bucky for a long time, and we realize it wasn't. He was framed. but because he thought Bucky killed his dad, he's out for revenge. He is on this path of vengeance. Like, dude, I'm here, and my only mission is to kill, Bucky Barnes. And the I think watching Tony and Steve tear each other apart over literally revenge, I think that kind of helped T'Challa, like seeing what they were doing was almost seeing like, oh, that's where I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe I need to take a step back. And
Sure.
I mean, he stopped Zemo from killing himself. And so you got that, you got T'Challa's arc in this story, and just seeing him interact. And I think they did a good job too of showing us how badass he is. Like, remember the scene when they're running in the highway?
Yeah.
Motherfucker's running damn near as fast as these fucking cars. Like, he would have passed that car that was in front of me yesterday, dude. That was going 27. He would fucking just bolted past him.
Definitely would have did that.
Holy shit. That was handled phenomenally. The introduction to Peter Parker was great, dude.
Yeah.
Because Tom Holland looks like a teenager in this.
Yep.
Number one, he doesn't look 35 years old, Tobey Maguire. And
leave Toby alone.
But the apartment scene, you see Peter Parker nervous as shit, which is how we're used to seeing him in the comics, right? I think that was great, dude. It was a great introduction. The suit looked phenomenal, though, just that classic, red and blue, obviously the Tony. And I think the Russos do a great job of directing and writing Spider-Man.
Sure.
The airport scene, it was classic Spider-Man, talking shit to everyone the whole time.
Classic.
It's a big joke to him. These dudes are literally like, it's the Avengers splitting up, trying to kill each other. And he's just having the time of his life. Is that a metal arm? Oh man, that's cool. Are those wings carbon fiber? Like, just even to the point where they're like, bro, I don't know if you've been in a fight, but we normally don't talk that much.
Right. But also, he doesn't know what really to do.
No.
He's feeling some kind of way about fighting the team that he idolizes.
Correct. Yep. So Helmut Zemo as a villain, do you put him on like an upper tier for an MCU villain? Like, he's no superpowered, but what he was able, you don't. Okay.
No, not at all.
I do, because I think Zemo is one of the top MCU villains because of the fact that he was able, with no superpowers, no alien army, no stones, no this, just he's literally a grieving Sokovian intelligence officer that just had a plan of revenge, and he was able to take the Avengers down literally by just pointing them all at each other. It's like that whole, what is it, crabs in a bucket type of mentality. Like, just crabs in a bucket, they won't help each other out. They'll end up fucking killing each other.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like this: if the two crabs in a bucket, they ain't doing shit, but you shake the bucket, all of a sudden they start attacking each other. Maybe you could fact check that. It could be a different animal. I don't know. But that's what he did. That's what he did. He fucking just shook the bucket, dude, and he played them like pawns against each other. And he won.
Right.
Like, this movie ends with the Avengers fractured. Half of them are on the run because they're criminals. Tony's kind of taking a step back. Cap's in the shadows somewhere. He won. He didn't die. Now, he lost his family, but in this movie, the whole war, I think, fucking Helmut Zemo's walking out like, yeah, dude, I got y'all. And then this movie sets up so much for Infinity War. So the Earth is divided now. The Avengers are all separate, right? You got Steve, Sam, Natasha, and Wanda, and Clint. They're all fugitives. They're all on the run. Tony's alone. So when the children of Thanos show up, there's nobody there to defend us.
Sure.
The perfect time for them to attack. It actually reminds me a lot of Secret Invasion in the comics. This is how fucked up the movie was, because in the comics, it happens after Civil War. Same thing. In the comics, Cap's dead. Spoiler. You're supposed to say that before. I mean, dude, it was 20 years ago in the comics.
I mean,
like,
you should
if I can say a spoiler now.
Right.
Like, come on, you want me to tell you E.T. goes home at the end of the movie? Oh my God, I didn't know. Well, the movie's from fucking 40 years ago. You should know.
Never saw it.
I spoiled it for you. I think it's a sequel to The Close Encounters. I think they dropped him off.
Sure.
Anyways.
Or forgot him.
Yeah, right.
Went out to pee.
Yeah, he just fucking ran out. Oh, look, Reese's. But in the comics, that's when the Skrulls attack because the Avengers are, separate.
Right.
Half of them are fucking missing. So in the MCU, is a perfect time for Thanos and these guys to come down. Rhodey's paralyzed. I mean, that was a big piece of this movie that, it impacts him later on. The Raft, we're introduced to the Raft in this, where you can just put superhumans without, any type of trial or anything. You just drop these motherfuckers off. And then Wakanda. This movie leads us right into Wakanda because at the end of the movie, Steve brings Bucky to Wakanda to be healed. Because the whole issue of this movie is, dude, every time you start saying these, Russian words, this motherfucker locks in and starts killing people. What if he hears it on a TV? He hears the wrong word and he's in a diner. All of a sudden he's bullseyeing motherfuckers. Right. So of course, Wakanda's the only nation that can fix something like this, that or that would be willing to and not try to take advantage of them.
Right.
So all in all, so many great moments in this movie. I think the one that stands out to most people is the airport scene. That's got to be one of the top 3 battles in all of the MC. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're pulling their punches for a lot of it, right? Because you have this weird dynamic where we want to stop them, we want to arrest them, but they're also our former team, but we're here to do a job. So there's almost this playful, but we're superpowered, so we can go, you can take it. You get to see our GOAT, Adrian Wanda. She's in this, just kicking everybody's ass as she should. And then I think the airport
wasn't
scene,
she part of the whole outrage because there was this bomb she tried to back in her hula hoop days, she had to do all this bullshit to try to evacuate the bomb, but she didn't get it out fast enough and it blew up and wiped out half a building or some bullshit.
Yep, it was fucking Crossbone's fault, dude. He tried to do the suit. Well, she saved Cap because he blows it up right in front of Cap, so she grabs it there and just throws it up, but unfortunately there's a fucking building right there and just boom. Now, if she was full Scarlet Witch, that she could just rewrite history. That didn't happen. But she wasn't, she's still just Wanda at this point. So anyways, great move. Oh, last thing, the end scene, the end fight with Iron Man, Cap, Winter Soldier. That now there's no more playful, we're pulling our punches. These two are fucking going at it. Rightfully so. And this is where, what I loved about this movie is it really makes you question your alliance. For most of the movie, I'm Team Cap. We shouldn't be signing no accords, letting the government tell us what to do, right?
Right.
Then towards the end, I'm like, I don't know that I'm Team Iron Man, but I feel for Tony because you knew that this motherfucker killed my parents.
Sure.
Even though he was under mind control, you still knew that.
Right.
And you never told me.
Right. The not sharing, it's like, am I lying to you or am I withholding information?
Right.
So either one of them, they can be both.
Kind of same thing.
The same thing, right?
Yeah. And he said he's my friend, and I think Tony said something like, well, you were my friend once too. It was, and then as much as I still don't agree with the accords and all that, but I'm like, you know what? Tony, let Tony kill him.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be, now it's hard because it's mind control.
Well, but right. It's almost like the argument, well, you don't, you go to court and you hurt somebody, right? But you do it, you don't even remember that you did it. Did you really do it?
Right.
Kind of a deal.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's why I love this movie so much, and it's one of my favorites. The amount of it's not just hey, we all align with this one side, easy, clear-cut decision. It really makes you question which side would you fall on. And I know there's a lot of fans that fall on the Iron Man side. I remember the whole campaign on social media at that time where, Team Tony, Team Captain America.
There was a campaign online
about
this
dude.
Shit? Wow.
Twitter, all the hashtags. You had a hashtag for each, and if you used it, you'd have like a little cap emoji if you picked the Captain America one. It was a cool time for Marvel fans, and it definitely, it really helps bring the MCU to the next level. That, I think that would be my thing about this movie. Captain America Civil War took the MCU to that next level and helped us get into this area where we now have these massive events like Infinity War, like Endgame. It really tied everything together. And I think this movie was that turning point, that catalyst for the MCU that a lot of us kind of, grew up and just what we remember. When we say, hey, back when it was good, I think we're talking about this point on. Like it was where it got to the point where it's no longer comic book movies for comic fans. It became pop culture. It became, dude, everyone's going to see the Avengers movies.
Well, good is relative because I remember Adam West Batman being good because that was literally and then the 70s Spider-Man, that was good. And then, Christopher Reeve Superman, that was good. Right. So it's relative to the time that it's in, Sure. And Tobey Maguire came out, Spider-Man, that was good for then, Yep. Garfield, not so much. But anyway, and then Holland came out. So it's different.
Right. Oh, something else, Adrian, that was pretty good was something that you suggested. You sold me on it. So this is our segment. Finally, I watched Close Encounters of the motherfucking Third Kind, Adrian. I watched it on Easter. It's an appropriate day to watch an alien movie.
Sure,
right?
sure. I wonder how many of our viewers weren't even born when that movie came out.
It came out, the 70s? I think it was 77 maybe.
Yeah.
So this was actually a great suggestion, Adrian. I mean, not that I'm surprised. That's the thing too. People think like I don't watch these things because I don't think they'll be good. Oh, I know I would love Invincible. I just don't have the fucking time in the day to watch that, plus the 12 other things that I need to watch to do the show, plus do the show, plus do 12 other podcasts, plus, be present for my kids, my wife, and also still have a life of my own. That's really...
Don't forget the presidential endorsement. You had to go and get that,
Yep. I'm gonna be like Tiger Woods. I'm on the phone with the president. Yeah, bro, you just rolled your fucking car over. You should get off the phone. Come over here, you dumbass. The fuck, like this. Just get a driver, dude. You're Tiger Woods. I want people to know what I'm doing. Well, hello. Now we know what you're doing.
I mean, yeah. Giving all your money to the maid. She got all your fucking money.
Exactly.
That's why you can't get a driver.
Yes. So I did watch this for the first time. I did watch the director's cut. This is a Steven Spielberg movie, and it does. I see what you're saying about how it is kind of the foundation for so many conspiracies, right? Like we in the beginning of the movie, you have these planes and shit that just showed up that were missing, right? But the takeaway for me there was like how the government's always there.
Right.
And they're always trying to cover it up, right? Yep. There's nothing to see here. Go home. Don't worry about it. No, it's just a military, experiment. This, and that. When I told everybody I was watching this, one of the comments was like, just be patient because it starts off slow. But then by the time you get to the end, it ain't slow no more.
Right.
When did you first see this?
Dude, I don't even
like when
remember.
It came out or when you were older. I mean,
I don't know if I saw when I first came out.
It came out in 77. You'd have been what, teenager?
No, not quite.
Not even, right?
No. I don't think I saw when it first came out.
You probably wouldn't have fucking sat through it. You'd probably been like 10 years old.
I mean, you only got like 3 channels to watch, so I probably would have sat through it.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, it's more entertaining to play with the little door stopper, than watch something that your parents are watching.
I'm pretty sure I was still in high school, some version of school.
Got it.
High school.
But this movie obviously had an impact on you. I mean, the way you sold me on it, Adrian. But the special effects, I think a lot of that shit holds up. Like obviously,
but it's simple special effects, though.
Yep.
Yep.
That was just back when they would make, miniature models of a spaceship. They're not going to make a giant fucking spaceship outside. They can't record the ones from Area 51 because they'll get in trouble.
Sure.
And they couldn't make them CGI, so they would make them like, it'd be as big as this table. And they would film that, and the way they film it and do the shit with the film, it looks like it's really there. Like they did some cool shit. I enjoyed it. I like the fact that the neighbor was the mom from A Christmas Story. I picked up on that. The one whose son got abducted.
The one that the son where the toys was coming out first,
Yep.
and then he ran out into the field and she had to go find him.
Yes.
He almost got hit by a car and that kind of
one.
bullshit.
Yep.
She was the who?
The mom from A Christmas Story. You know, the whole you've never even seen this. You'll shoot your eye out, the tongue on the pole, one of the most famous Christmas movies ever. The kid licks the pole, his tongue gets stuck.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the mom. Ralph.
I never made that fucking
out.
connection.
Dude, I'm watching it and I'm like, I know this chick from somewhere. I know, and yeah, she was from there. But I like that. I like the slow build. I mean, you're borderline thinking, is the dude crazy? Is he not? What the fuck's he doing with the mashed potatoes? What's he doing? And then it leads to the whole, and we're gonna go through this quick. We're gonna review a fucking movie from 50 years ago. But the point is I fucking saw. If you haven't seen it, go watch this motherfucker. But I do believe, like, I get why you said what you said about it. And dude, that Devil's Tower shit is something that's crazy to look at.
Right. So if you ever, so I have a Apple TV.
Yep.
And they do these, you can switch the type of scenes. You can do underwater scenes. You can do earth scenes.
Yeah.
And they actually show the earth round. You can do like Snoopy fucking things, like screensavers.
Okay.
Right? And some of the scenes that's on this planet, this is why if you travel, if you do nothing else with your life, if you don't want to do anything with your life, still figure out a way to travel. Because the things that you see on this planet, whether you think it's flat or round or square or whatever the fuck, are spectacular, right? And something like, these screensavers on Apple TV, it has some of the most amazing, even like the desert scenes. They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And so the Devil's Tower thing is just one of those naturally phenomenons, right? Now, is it a petrified tree from a million years ago, right?
What it fucking
the
looks
roots,
like,
right?
dude. I've heard that theory of, like, a lot of these mountains aren't mountains. They're old trees.
Yep.
Back when the giants roamed the earth, before the radiation belt lowered to where it was,
And before their Appalachian dudes fucking bombed them to death and destroyed them.
That too. So, but
is that a conspiracy? Did they bomb them so they can disfigure them, so they can make you not think that they were trees? It's not just about getting the coal, right? Because trees also turn into coal, I think, right? I don't know. Fact check
that. What I wanted to talk about with this movie is really just touch on, and these are all topics that we're going to cover over the next few weeks on other stuff, the conspiracies around this movie. So Spielberg didn't just invent this story. He based it on the research of this guy, Dr. J. Allen Hynek. He's a real-life astronomer and a UFO researcher for the Air Force, Project Blue Book. Guy even has a cameo in the film. So it wasn't he just make up some fucking alien story. He's based it on someone else's research. Okay. The Project Serpo connection. You ever heard of Project Serpo?
I'm gonna say no because I'm thinking about Serpico the movie.
Nope, it's not that. This is it's a theory that there was an alleged exchange program between the U.S. government and the inhabitants of a planet in the Zeta Reticuli system.
Is this Eisenhower? Eisenhower involved in that? I've heard about the exchange, but not being called that.
Got it. I don't know if it was in 1965, so I don't know when Eisenhower's bitch ass was up in there. But 12 American military personnel left Earth on an alien craft, allegedly. And you remember the end of the movie where 12 people in red jumpsuits get on the mothership. So people say that, that was like a soft disclosure of, hey, that really happened. Okay. That's one. The other thing is the Men in Black, that whole, government agency who go out extreme. We talked about them on other stuff a few weeks ago. They go out on extreme lengths to gas like the pub. Remember the whole nerve gas story in the end? He takes off the mask, like, fucking nerve gas here. What the fuck you talking about? So there's that element. And then the other thing is that NASA, so Spielberg received a 20-page letter from NASA after they read this script. They were unhappy with the film being made as they felt it would fuel public belief in UFOs at a time when they wanted to discourage it. And Spielberg was like, dude, that means I'm onto something. Right. Because if it wasn't true, why the fuck would they care, right? Like, when they made the movies, the Megalodon with these giant sharks, did fucking, animal activists get mad or something? They're gonna not like sharks. No.
Well, they should have got a letter from NASA for that too.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
NASA started was
Right.
deep sea exploration, right?
Right.
Wasn't space fucking exploration.
Yep. So, dude, this movie it was a really great movie. I'm glad I watched it, and I again get why you said what you said, but also it really leads me down a bunch of other conspiracies, which we're gonna get into on other stuff. Actually, what we're gonna talk about other stuff this week is we watched Captain America: Civil War. We saw Bucky being mind control, right? We watched these movies, and a lot of people think these movies are bullshit, right? It's just all made up stuff. Well, I don't know, dude. Mind control is something that, depending on what you believe,
Sure.
we've actually done, still do to this day, different versions of it. Some of it's fact, some of it's fiction. We're gonna talk about that we're gonna continue that conversation on other stuff. So
Manchurian shit.
Yep, that's gonna be part of it. Yes, sir. So let's Adrian, we're gonna do a little we respond. We're gonna breeze through this. So I apologize. Don't get mad at me if I didn't read your comment, because I want to make sure we have enough time for the motherfucking hidden gem, as we've renamed the segment. I don't know if you think that works yet.
A little long.
It is a little long. All right. So I am going to breeze through some comments here. We got Sons of Sekmat is back. He says, Mike, do you play WWE 2K26? You and Adrian need to be a tag team on there. Well, we've already established, unless it's Ratchet and Clank, Adrian's not playing.
That's it.
But I bought the game. I wasted $150 on it. I played it like 4 times, but I do like it.
Okay.
I've just learned it's kind of like I just don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play. I would love to sit there. And these games nowadays, and I guess this is good because you get a lot of bang for your buck, they require a lot of time. It's not just play it for an hour and you're done. There's a lot of time to invest in a game like this to get the most out of it. And I played a little bit of it. I do like it, but I just don't have time to really, Ryder fan said, AWAB, Adrian was the one who requested Reverse Flash last week. So he's excited that you knocked that out of the park. He said, yes, he is sick and twisted. His entire goal is to make Barry miserable. And one thing, the reason I read his comment was he mentioned that we were mispronouncing the name. What was his name? How did we say it? Eobard?
Ebbard or something.
Ebbard. Okay, yeah.
Egbert or some shit. I don't know.
Yep. So it's not that. He's actually going to help us out here. So it's Eobard. 2 E's. Eobard. Okay. I'll probably never say that name again, but I appreciate.
See, we can be corrected.
We
it's
can.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're fine with it. And he goes, and this is week 3 of me trying to let you guys know I created a list of every single hidden gem Adrian has done. I'm not sure if Google has an issue with dot links. If there is, dude.
Fuck, send it over.
Send it. You could just fucking email it to realmikesizer@gmail. I don't care. You got my email. If you send me stupid stuff, I'll just block everyone who does. But let me send an email, OG Dirte says, what's up, Mike and Adrian? I gotta say, Daredevil Born Again season 4 was fire. It was fire. I think that's what he meant there. In my opinion, this is better than season 1. I said it. OG knows. And we ain't even at the end yet. Can I get a Martha for Vanessa? Because Kingpin about to go ham on Bullseye and Daredevil. Yes, he is. What do you guys think about Tom Holland saying they did some reshoots for Spider-Man Brand New Day? I don't think nothing of it because they always do reshoots. Sure. Maybe that means they're going to, bring Daredevil in there.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of the Thunderbolts movie, so I hope they don't fuck up the X-Men. Well, I was, dude. So I think that he's going to do a good job because Jake Schreier, the director, is directing X-Men.
I wasn't disappointed in Thunderbolts. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I expected it to be shit, to be honest with you. I expected it to be like an Eternals.
Right.
So I was pleasantly surprised that it was not that.
No.
It wasn't a great movie, but it was definitely not Eternals.
Yeah, it wasn't a shit show at all. And he goes, can I get a who the fuck is Dr. Miles Warren, the Jackal from Marvel? So you know what I'm going to do for you, OG? You're an intern. I am going to do a who the fuck is the Jackal because he's rumored to be a villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm going to do that on other stuff this week. So y'all can hop over to other stuff. If you're not a member of the Legion of Interns, what the fuck are you waiting for? And if you're done waiting, you can join right now. It's all of $4.99 a month, and you get a whole nother podcast, Adrian, where we dig into Conspiracies. We talk comics on there too. It's a little
other stuff.
It's other stuff.
It's other stuff.
It's other stuff. That's all we gotta say. It's other stuff.
Right.
And this week, the Jackal. We're gonna talk about the mother. You ever hear about this motherfucker, the Jackal?
Isn't that the same guy that was in he's played by the guy from Old School.
Is he? No, he hasn't been.
The guy with what's the brain fucking dude?
Leader?
Yeah, the leader. Wasn't he?
No.
That's not Jackal?
No, the Jackal.
Well, the only other Jackal I know is Bruce Willis movie. So.
Oh, okay. No, this guy's fucked up, dude. Well, yeah, wait.
I'm
this
sure.
is
See, there's a thing.
There's a thing. We got another one.
Fucked up people, dude.
Fucked up people. So you hear about the fucked up Jackal on other stuff. He says, Mike, go watch Invincible. Trust us. Dude, I know. I fucking know. I know. Adrian, I need a hidden gem on Tech Jacket from Invincible. And what did you think about them gender swapping this character? I guess in the comics, maybe it's a different gender. But
Was it T-E-C-K or T-E-K?
T-E-C-H.
H, I mean.
Yep.
Tech Jacket.
Did you know they gender swapped him? Or you didn't read Invincible comics,
No.
right? No. So I guess Adrian doesn't care.
I don't care.
Concrete Comics says, and that's Jay Shot it. What up, Jay? What up, brothers? AWOP. So I have to disagree on the lady muse for Heather Glenn because in the comics, she actually throws herself off a building. Okay, didn't I say she's going to fucking off herself? I think that's where they're heading with the show. And that's definitely an option, dude. I will say this being the second season with side characters, I definitely grown to like them a lot more. Holy fuck, this recent episode was nuts. Bullseye just solidifying himself as a top villain. Yes, no, he's a good guy, bro. Come on, he said that. Great writing for him to see himself as a hero, making amends. I'm one of the good guys, absolutely dying, laughing in that diner scene. It was fucking awesome. He's telling me about Invincible too. I'm not reading no more Invincible comments. Day 634 and counting. I know you guys gave up on The Boys. I didn't give up on The Boys. I'm watching The Boys, and I reviewed the first 2 episodes on Mic Check. They actually are pretty good. I think already it's better than the last fucking season. Real Logic Show says, would love to collaborate on the pod. Yeah, a lot of people would. PhD of Wrestling. What up, guys? Another amazing episode. Adrian, I think it's a travesty that you are only having one donut every 6 months or so. You guys are eating good right now. All these shows, Daredevil, Invincible, The Boys, Darth Maul. Which ones are you following? I'm following Daredevil and The Boys. I'm not watching Darth Maul. You're following.
I just saw Darth Maul last week. I'm not gonna follow that shit. I'm doing Daredevil, Invincible, Godzilla. Yep, those 3.
Nice. I'm also watching Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Disney Plus too, so I'm following that as well.
I'm also I've rewatched like 8 out of the 11 seasons of the X-Files. So,
oh damn!
Yeah,
you ain't fucking around, dude.
No.
Pure Venom says, oh, damn, Pure Venom, where the fuck you been, bro? He said, I know it's about to be a triple AWOB, but episode 4, 9 out of 10. Yes. McSkeeter, you didn't read my comment. God, LOL. Yeah, for real. AWOB, gentlemen, I love you guys.
It's some passive-aggressive shit.
That is. He's making fun of someone else, by the way. Okay. Yeah. I love you guys and love this podcast. And you are right, Mike. These podcasts help people a lot with all the shit going on these days. So thank you guys. I second that hidden gem on Trump. Oh, yeah, we got to do that one. But yeah, us interns seem to like our villains, and the Reverse Flash is one of my favorites. You see, especially from the Flash. So on CW, if you do Conquest as a hidden gem, you might as well do a deep dive into the Viltrumite Empire.
Yep.
What's that? Viltrumite? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Viltrumites.
Viltrumite. Okay. Yeah. I just feel like I'm sounding retarded. I don't know. I'm loving the Who's This segment. I wish I had info on Thanos when the movies actually came out because I had no idea who he was. Yeah, same. Once again, thank you guys. I hope you have a great week. Peace. Well, thank you. Appreciate the comment, McSkeeter. AWOB, motherfucking AWOB, the Captain Canada says. It was his birthday. He was on the live Friday. His birthday was the other day.
Nice,
so happy belated.
Happy belated.
Daredevil season 3, yes, please. I don't mind Iron Fist being back as long as they do him properly. Yeah. Right, yeah. Ant-Man was great. After reading the comics for Road to Secret Wars, I agree with Mike's take on Hank, and Paul Rudd is excellent for Scott Lang. I want to see Oscar Isaac back as Moon Knight, not Apocalypse. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Let's see. Oh, Devin Vessel says, oh my God, Mike finally react to something Adrian has never heard of and is crashing out over coffee ice cream. I remember that. Because, dude, coffee ice cream, Adrian, really? You know? God.
It's like a oxymoron. It's like, you got something that's going to hype you up, and then something's going to put you to sleep. So, well, unless ice cream also hypes you up. I don't know. I do my coffee, but it doesn't really do anything for me.
Life-changing, Adrian.
But the ice cream, ice cream and donuts, I ingest about the same amount.
It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth.
Really?
Is coffee ice cream. No diddy. Bro, where the fuck have you been? You keep saying you're getting on the live. You missed it last week, too. He says, what's up, Mike and Adrian? We need those OCU, Only Comics Unks t-shirts. That's a good idea. I need one in purple, my favorite color. I'm trying to make the live Friday. I'd be so high on Fridays that I keep forgetting. Well, apparently you were too fucking high this Friday, too. You're higher than gas prices, bro. Holy shit. Dude, you know I filled up the other day and it cost me like $100 to fill up my gas tank. Like,
also, I think they fucking giving you less gas or something. I don't know what's going on. Or it feels like it's taking longer or something.
It takes longer and costs more.
Exactly. It's like you turn the pump on and for it to get to $100, it just seems like it's taking fucking forever.
Oh my God, dude. It is. Yeah, it's something, dude.
Oh, about gas. When you get gas in the summer, it's not as big of a deal in the winter. And people think this is bullshit. But when you get gas in the summer, don't do it in the middle of the day. Don't do it when it's at its hottest. Do it in the morning when it's cooler. Okay. Because if you don't, you'll be pumping more fumes into your tank, which means that you actually get less gas.
Really?
So do it in the when it's cool, early mornings, afternoons, all that kind of bullshit. It's the same thing where people think when Obama said, well, if you keep your tires properly inflated, you get better gas mileage, right? People thought that was bullshit. Yeah. It's actually true. So.
Damn. Couple more. Rolando says, AY boys, it's a great listen every week. Question for y'all. Who wins the 3v3? Live action Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Andrew and Toby, or Batman, Affleck, Bale, and Pattinson? I'm going to say Batman because Ben Affleck's Batman is just going to kill everybody.
I would agree with that.
He's just going to come out with fucking guns blazing, dude.
Yeah, because all the Spider-Mans are going to try to, fucking make sense of it.
Yes.
And while they're getting their ass beat.
Right.
Even though they have, more speed, more strength, all this other kind of stuff. I mean, between the three of them, they got like 13,000 weapons in their belts and shit and all this other kind of stuff. So,
and we know that Batflick is a fucking version of Punisher, thanks to Zachary Snyder. And then C says, AY fellas, I definitely would be an intern here on Spotify. Massa at work doesn't let me have my phone out, and that's why I listen.
Damn.
So I guess that's it, because I obviously, believe it or not, I don't listen to our own podcast because I edit it. We record. I'm listening to it right now.
Right.
So I don't know why someone would want to listen to Spotify versus YouTube. But I guess, I think if you don't have YouTube Premium, if you turn your phone off, YouTube stops. It won't just play in the background, but I guess Spotify will. So that makes sense. So I'll tell you this week, other stuff will be on Spotify as well. So you can be an intern on either or. Same price, same thing. You'll get the same thing. But I think, some people are missing out because they prefer Spotify, which I get,
Sure.
So we're coming at you all types of ways, Adrian.
I mean, if it's just a button, right, to flip to turn the shit on.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep. It's just, it's just more work. That's all. You know how it is. It's just everything's just more. Yep. And dude, Bryson said this last week, and then he was on the live. He said that ChatGPT suggested us to him. So in August of 24, he went into ChatGPT and searched the best comic podcast to listen to today, and ChatGPT suggested us to him. Ain't that some shit?
Hey, nice words will get you everywhere.
Absolutely.
I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's fucking cool, dude.
That is cool as shit, dude. And that was 24, so that was, shit, 2 years ago, right? And it knew back then that we were the best. We just got to wait for everybody else to catch up, So,
that's it.
Well, Adrian, that is We Respond. You know what comes next, dude. We got the hidden motherfucking gem, as we call it here, or the hidden gem.
Yeah.
Who is our hidden gem this week?
Well, interestingly enough, it's the Viltrumites.
Oh, shit.
So, just saw the latest version of Invincible, dude, and it is not for your children at all. So the Viltrumites. So think about if, in some aspects it does do this, but think about if Superman kryptonite was under the yellow sun instead of the red sun. So you had a whole planet of supermen.
Okay.
Right? So that's what the Viltrumites are essentially are. They're not as strong as Superman, but they are strong and as durable as fuck. Not only that, but the older they get, two things happen. The older they get, the slower they age, and the stronger they get. Right? So, Planet Viltrum is it's a race of bloodthirsty warriors and planetary conquerors. So what they do is, remember in the Corn Sweat Superman, the parents, they actually wanted him to go out and conquer other planets.
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's what the Viltrumites are. Right? So think about 1 billion Supermans. Right? A whole planet of these fuckers. Matter of fact, it got to the point because they lived so long, what they started doing is they started taking each other out. They were so warlike and so competitive and so bloodthirsty. They started taking themselves out at a certain point. And so they was going, and what they would do is they would send representatives from their planet. They would send one, like in this particular case, they sent Omni-Man to Earth, to this sector, to analyze, to see if they could, expand their bloodline and to see if they can get it prepared to be taken over by the Viltrumites. He got with his wife, had Marc, who is invincible, and eventually he turned on. But he was trying to. So Omni-Man had this thing with his son. So when his son got his powers, he was trying to get him prepared for the fact that he was like, everybody that you know is going to die. They will die, like times 1,000, right? You need to be prepared for it. And Marc was like, fuck that. This is my home. And Omni-Man commences to beat the shit out of his own son. You talk about some deep level Anunnaki shit.
Yeah.
He pulverized this fucking kid, right? Then he left, went off to another planet, had some more babies, and had another child. But so the Viltrumites are so their thing is, we are the most powerful in the universe. We're going to spread our power by taking over and correcting the order of other races. And that's what they do. They go spread out, they take over, and they put these planets under their rule. And to a degree, they kind of do make things stable, but it's under their thumb. Okay. Right? So the leader of the Viltrumites is this cat named Thrag. He is the strongest out of all the Viltrumites. He kind of looks like a young Hitler, right? So he rules, but with an iron thumb. And one of their brethren, what was his name? Thetis. He left. He became the betrayer, right? He left because he realized that the Viltrumites was just doing too much. They were enslaving people, going around conquering everything, pretty much putting a stranglehold on everything, right? So he left and he created this coalition. But before he created this coalition, he's like, we need to fucking rein this stuff in. So he created this virus. They called it the Great Scourge. This virus killed 99% of the Viltrumites. So they went from billions down to like a few hundred. And then they went from a few hundred down to like 50. But in somewhere in that, either before the Scourge or after, what they would do is they had I think it was before the Scourge. They would like kill each other off just to kind of weed out the weakest of them, because they wanted to build their empire to the point where they only had the strongest people. So you got Thrag is the leader. The second one, right? And somebody requested this, so I might do a separate one, but I'm going to kind of weave this cat in. Yeah. So Conquest. Remember, there was a request for Conquest last week. So Conquest is the second strongest Viltrumite. Now, Thrag he was born and genetically engineered to be the strongest, but Conquest is naturally a stronger Viltrumite than most. Not only is he strong, he's bloodthirsty as fuck. This dude is just whacked out. Thrag sends him out, and he's like, fuck yeah, I want to go in. I want to be in this battle. And he has not failed to convert any place that he has been out to conquer. Right now, here's the thing: Conquest. He is. So I mentioned it being long lived. Conquest. He looks like he's in his 60s, 70s.
Yeah,
he's actually like between 5,000 and 7,000 years old, because they can live between 10, 20,000 years. So, and again, think about this. He's that old, so therefore he's also one of the more powerful, because remember, the older they get, the slower they age and the more powerful they get, right? Omni-Man, he's young. He's only a couple of thousand years old.
Okay.
So he looks like he's 50.
Yeah.
So he goes to Earth. He looks like he's 50. Hooks up with Mark's mom, has Mark invincible, who becomes, by the end of the season, I think, the second strongest under Thrag. So Mark's powers are still developing, so on and so forth.
See, I saw the episode. It's probably the first one when he starts to get his powers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw just that.
Yeah, he throws the trash can out into space or some shit. Right. So he not only is getting his powers, but obviously he doesn't know how to use them, and his father's responsibility to teach him how to use them and stuff. Now, even though Mark is, part Viltrumite, part human, his father's DNA is so strong, which also allowed him to survive the Omni-Man, which allowed him to survive the Scourge. Mark's DNA is 99.9% Viltrum. So that's why he's going to become probably he will become the second strongest Viltrumite under Thrag. So you'll have Thrag strongest, Mark second, Conquest, and then you got a handful of other cats. Now, how strong are these cats? Well, they can fly. They have interstellar flight. They can fly up to the speed of light. They can fly through a fucking planet, right? Without impact. They're highly durable. They can withstand the heat of the sun, right? Again, extremely long-lived. They live for tens of thousands of years. And again, like I said, the longer they live, the slower they age, and the stronger they get. Now, if you do a comparison between them and Superman is on a whole level, a different scale. Like Superman is past light speed, and his strength is like stellar strength as opposed to worldly strength. So if they got in the fight, Superman would win, but they're still at that top tier. They have no problem going around so. Conquest, he came to Earth. He was sent to Earth to dominate by Thrag. He comes, and this is when Omni-Man has left, and Mark is there basically protecting him. Mm-hmm. And this dude, he fucking dismantles. He kills Eve, right?
Damn.
He beats the shit out of Mark until Mark just went ham on it. So when he killed Eve, Mark just went ape shit. So let me back up. There's this race they're kind of like lizard people. And their planet is so massive that the gravity is dense. I forget what they call them, but they are actually stronger than the Viltrumites, if you can believe that shit, right? So Conquest ended up on this planet, and he got attacked by these lizard people, and they bit off his right arm. So they're that strong. So they, bit into his shoulder, bit his arm off, fucked him up. He escaped. Yeah. They scratched out his eye, all kinds of shit. So he escaped. So he ended up getting this, basically a nanotech right arm. Well, when Conquest came to Earth, and subsequently, Omni-Man and another person, they went looking for Conquest on this planet. They engaged with these lizard people, and almost instantaneously, one of them bit this, because there was a female Viltrumite with Omni-Man. Yeah. Instantaneously grabbed her, bit her fucking head off, right? Damn. Omni-Man just barely got away from it. But anyway, so fast forward, Conquest comes to Earth, and He kills Eve. Mark goes apeshit. He's so enraged, he shatters that nanotech arm on Conquest, right? And Conquest is still beating this dude's ass. And so it gets to the point, and Mark's hands all mangled up and shit. And it gets to the point where he's got Conquest down, and he's just headbutting. He doesn't have the use of his arms, so he just starts headbutting this motherfucker, right? Fucked up his face. I mean, it's so graphic, they won't even show most of this shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, the government entity or whatever, after all that stuff, they pick up Conquest. They think they're going to capture him and put him inside of this giant metal. They literally got him embedded in this metal mountain, right?
Damn.
With just his head sticking out. And he heals, which that's another one of their powers.
Yeah.
They can heal within hours or days. And that's important because I'm going to jump fast forward. He escapes out of this mountain. He just breaks out of this whole metal. I mean, the whole mountain is basically a metal encasement, and he gets out of that shit. He's that strong. He leaves Earth, goes back to Viltrum. So fast forward to this season, the latest episode, he engages, the last episode, they engage with Mark again. And Mark is like, wow, I thought you was dead, right? Mm-hmm. So he and Conquest get in this fight again. And they go down, they hit this planet, and Mark grabs hold to his neck. And Conquest is punching and beating him, all this kind of shit. And Mark is still squeezing. Conquest, and they have this thing with their hand, right? They fucking cut your head off, or they slice your whole body in half. But what Conquest does is he jabs Mark in the gut, right? And Mark's got him down on the ground. He's choking him out. Conquest is pulling Mark's guts out. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He's pulling Mark's guts the fuck out, right? All the way, you know, almost pulling his spine through his fucking stomach. Mark's guts all over the place. He's still choking out Conquest. So he actually does kill him. Yeah. But Mark's obviously fucked up, right? Right. So Nolan, his father, Omni-Man, and his brother comes. They pick him up. They're in Viltrum's space domain, so they can't really go anywhere. So they spend weeks on this planet, letting Mark heal, which he ultimately does. Damn. So anyway, Viltrum is a planet of basically Superman. The Viltrumites, they're a fucking war race, extremely strong. The whole thing is about conquest, and they spread themselves out through other galaxies to take over other places. The top tier guy, you know, Thrag, the leader, Conquest, Mark, all these people. It's really a good show. Conquest is like, you want to hate this fucker because he's like just insane.
Well, yeah.
But he was. But I don't even know if he's really dead. Yeah. Nolan buried him because they still have that warrior kind of burial kind of shit going on. But I think Invincible is like an amazing show. But there's this other comic that I'm not going to mention it now, but there's this other comic I found out about. I want to probably talk about that next week, but I think it's on this kind of a level. Yeah. But anyway, that's Viltrum and the Viltrumites, and a little bit of Conquest. That's the hidden gem.
I think you guys are working as a team right now.
Who that?
You and the interns that want me to watch Invincible, because they're suggesting this for you, right? Now, and you get a lot of suggestions, so you can pick any one. Sure. But that was a great hidden gem, but I think you're subtly telling me, not even subtly, the whole time you're telling me to watch the show, Adrian. I feel it, I sense it.
Nah, you can watch whatever the fuck you want to watch or not. It's just a good show. Yeah. And the last week was just, that shit is crazy. Damn. And as a matter of fact, Tech Jacket, because I didn't read the comics, I've only seen the show. Okay. I've only seen Tech Jacket as the female. Got it. I think they did a good job with, so I don't know what the parallel is. No, it doesn't bother me. If you know, this hadn't come up, I would have never known.
Got it. Well, I definitely want to watch it even more, but I got some other shit to watch.
I understand.
And you know what? The thing is, too, when you look at it, like this is the 4th season now. a lot of shit to catch up on, dude.
Yep.
At least if I missed one season, I can just. But now it's fucking 4 of them.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot.
It is. But I you know what? Here's what. Now that this is my goal. Okay, I can't say here's what I'm gonna do because it might change. But my goal is this: when I finish watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because I'm into this show now, the Avengers, then I'm going to watch Invincible. I got 10 episodes left. I have 36 episodes left. 10 episodes of the first season, and then the 26 from the second season. But they're all like 20 minutes long. So that's my plan. Anyways, we are going to wrap up, Adrian, with some agree to disagree. We went long today, as they say.
Yeah.
Before we do that, that's why we are going so long, because we'll be like, one more thing in this. But remember I was talking about Super Mario Galaxy, the movie?
Yeah.
Came out last week. And, the critics, we talked about how the critics are like trying to, maybe they're trying to, compare this movie to The Godfather or something. Because like, it's so bad, but the audience loves it. This thing is kicking fucking ass, bro. It's the #1 spot at the box office 2 weeks in a row. And it is already at worldwide 600 motherfucking million. 308 domestically, 629 million globally. So far, it's the highest grossing movie of the year. Third movie's all but guaranteed, and fans are hoping for a Super Smash Bros. Movie where they have, all these different characters they're introducing, just like the game. So, dude, it just goes to show you, too, that these stupid fucking critics don't know everything.
Right.
Because, the movie's so bad. Well, when you can tell a movie's bad is when it has a big first week, and then the second week it drops the fuck off because you get word of mouth. Like, don't go watch it.
Right.
I think anyone who see it is telling everybody else to go watch it.
Yeah. I'll wait till next week when it's streaming.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you don't have kids to go see this with, and you don't really, you can wait till it's not like God, I need to watch it, but it's a fun movie. It's a good movie.
Sure.
And it's good. Like, when you have young kids, that you're not putting Invincible on, when your granddaughter's there, right? Like, hey, look at this. No, you're like, yo, is she gone? Like same thing. My little one, if she's up, where I'm not watching The Boys, you know. But this is a movie you can put on any point in the day, and it's everybody would get something from it. So
but the thing, I mean, we both have youngins, but mine isn't asking for Super Mario, so therefore I can wait.
Right, yeah, and I think that's but I do recommend anyone's ever fucking played Mario, check it out either now or when it hits the streaming, like Adrian said, probably next week. But all right, the sun's getting low, Adrian. It's that motherfucking time to do some agree to disagree. I got a handful. We're not gonna, there's no reason to tee it up. We're just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna throw these at you. These are my opinions as of today. Okay, number one, this minute, today. And number one, here we go. Channing Tatum's Gambit should not be part of the MCU's mutant saga.
Agree.
Give him his little. I know he's gonna be in Doomsday. Let him be there, and let him not be there again after.
Right.
Captain America: Civil War is better than 90% of comic book movies. Period.
I agree.
Okay. Cap was right. That's it. Cap was right.
I'll go with agree because he's mostly than not.
Okay. He's more right than not. And for the 58th time, Marvel should have recasted T'Challa.
Absolutely.
I just got to check, make sure you don't change your point of view on that.
No.
Oscar Isaac was a much better Moon Knight than he was Apocalypse.
Yes. Even though I didn't watch it, I'm just going to nod on that.
Well, it's kind of like as bad as Apocalypse was, it's almost, a given, right?
Yeah.
Moon Knight, though, is 100% not Marvel's Batman.
Agree.
Batman is the second most popular character in the world. Comic character.
Agree.
Number two.
For some reason, I'm still popping Superman in and out, but I would go with that.
In a 3v3, Bale, Affleck, and Pattinson's Batman would destroy Tobey, Garfield, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Agree.
And everybody watching should go check us out on Spotify, Adrian. We're on Spotify. We always say YouTube, but check us out on Spotify. You can listen to us there.
Sure.
And if you want more of us, you can join other stuff. You can join the Legion of Interns. We have an internship. It's a paid internship, meaning you pay us to be a part of it.
Right.
$4.99 a month. You get access to a whole nother podcast where we get we're even worse than we are here, but in a good way.
Right.
Conspiracy theories, comic stuff, whatever the fuck we want to talk about, fake moon landings, pyramids, all kinds of shit. So you can check that out on either Spotify or YouTube. We appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe if you have not already. Adrian, we got talking about other stuff. We're gonna talk about the Jackal, that jackass. Oh God, wait till you hear his fucking shit.
Right.
And then we're gonna talk about some mind control. Is it real? Is it not? What do you think? You think it's real?
Oh, I absolutely
I
is.
think so too, yeah.
Yeah.
So Winter Soldier, Civil War ain't so far-fetched, dude.
No.
You fucking get the right book, read the right terms, you never know. Dude in the fucking, in Chili's might start attacking someone. Be careful what you say, right? So, well, Adrian, appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely, man.
Guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, drop us a comment, get a Read a Comics shirt at onlycomicsmerch.com, and we'll see your motherfucking asses next motherfucking week.
Peace.